You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
I'm just saying whatever light is clearly gets to the receiver faster in one direction and higher and changes throughout the year, and it consistently does that.
Riddle me this, you double-speaking moron. How can light move in one direction faster and not have a speed?
Yeah, there is no speed of light. Whatever light is clearly gets to the receiver faster. Yeah, there is no speed of light. Faster. There is no speed of light.
You unlock this door with the key of
retardation.
Beyond it is another dimension. You're moving into a land of
bullshittery.
You've just crossed over into
the numpty zone.
You are so dumb. Damn.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I'm just saying whatever light is clearly gets to the receiver faster in one direction and higher and changes throughout the year, and it consistently does that.
No, there's not a journey because there's nothing traveling. What the light is already there.
So out of one side of your face, you say light clearly gets to the receiver faster in one direction. Then at the other side of your face, you say the light's not traveling, it's already there. So how can light not travel and be already there, and at the same time be traveling faster in one direction to get to the receiver, its destination? Por favor.
You serious? Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
So we have the respawn remedial retard, double speaking lion sewer rat, shits at 60, guns a-blazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702 from 8 months ago.
Where we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. 10 days later,
the wave is the medium.
and we're off. How's it going out there? As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. I kind of pushed the envelope there with the "Bird is a Word." I love that song, by the way. I have a little bit more than I usually do on there, so we'll see if there's a copyright strike in my future. I think there might be. I just went a little bit too far. All right, back to the show. Now, when I went live, like same thing happened last week. The beautiful Betty Van Velsen wasn't there. And her tardiness is about to get on my last nerve. Betty Van Velsen, are you there?
I am here.
Ah, there she is. Saved. Yes, that was a stick save.
Yep, right on the money.
It wasn't right on the... I left at 12:58 to start the show.
Yeah, so it starts at 2000. right?
2 zeros.
For me.
No, it starts at 1000.
Yeah, for you, it's 1. For me, it's 2000.
It's not 1000 either. I fooled you. It's 100.
Well, good.
See, you're
At least
just
you know
going
the
along.
timetables.
You're just going along with things, not checking back, checks and balances.
I'm here, and I.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, what's with the complaints?
I gotta
You
have
got a
some.
super chat
I gotta.
already.
I gotta have some substance for the show, so I forgot to start
Yeah.
complaining.
Substance. Incredibly Cherry has a super chat for you. So there's your substance.
Super chat already?
At least it's getting your passion going, maybe.
That's right. Way to go. Darn.
Yeah.
Wife's gonna
Darn
be
it.
happy.
Hmm.
Well, you sure are talkative today. What you got? What else you got to say?
Me?
Yeah, me.
Me? No. Well, I ate the last pieces of a tuna pizza that I had stored away in the fridge,
See, that's just nasty.
and some biological vegetarian basilicum tomato soup.
Biological silicon tomato. Adam, save us.
Trying to work that out.
But to start working that out, you better both get closer to your mics.
Oh.
That close enough.
Ooh, that's almost like
No,
too
it's not.
close.
It's not loud at all. And I'm gonna turn him up, and then he's gonna get close to his mic, and he's gonna bang out everyone's ears.
Make him mad.
So you want me to test it? Is that loud enough?
Yeah, that is perfect. Thank you very much.
There we go then.
All right.
It was my birthday in the week. I got a new barbecue.
Oh,
Yesterday.
I was gonna say I got a new Barbie.
That's what I thought he was gonna say too.
That's so on the money.
No, yellow.
Flatsoy, go on mute. Welcome, Flatsoid, again. That was a lot of fun the last time you were here. Now we got to get back to the barbecue or Barbie or whatever you got. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, the barbecue. Not a Barbie doll. On the side, I did the usual, but yeah, things and dogs and stuff. We bought this steak. It's called the Godfather. It was a bit like the ones I had in Italy, you know what I mean? So I had to go cooking one myself. Monstrous, mate. 800 gram. I don't know what that is.
That's not. Do you got a picture of it?
No, I haven't. I should have took a picture. For the first time I've cooked a beast like that on the Barbie. So it was.
Taking a picture? Come on, guys. Are you now butchering your own language?
What?
Should have taken a picture, not should have took.
Oh, for goodness sake. Just show the picture.
Can I ask an ignorant question?
That would help right now.
Taking it where?
So, and this may be off topic, but let it be. And it may be ignorant, but I apologize. So, in the Big Bang Theory, right, at the beginning, there was so much nothingness that was like compressed down into one point. And it had nowhere to go. So my question is, what was this compression? Like, how was there compression if there was no matter? And then
the compression was in Lemaitre's brain.
But listen, right? I know. And then from further on beyond that, right? Like, let's just say, okay, whatever. You got your little baby explosion, right? So then, like, everything on the exterior of this universe that is expanding is a higher force because it's larger than what is expanding, because it's expanding into this.
No, stop. You're going
Right?
way too far. Listen, number one, it's not a scientific theory. Number two, it's not a scientific theory. And number three, it's not a scientific theory at all. So it's just imagination.
But
land.
no. Well, here's what I know, but here's what I'm saying is, if it was compressive and it had a compressive force
You
in the
can't
beginning,
compress. It's not a scientific theory. They made it up.
I know, but I'm just going off the hypothetical. If it was, and this small area had to expand into a larger area.
What?
Why the fuck would the larger area not out compress the smaller
You
that was
better
trying to expand? Like, it just makes no
You
fucking
better control
sense.
the F-bombs, number one. Number two,
I
you said it's
apologize.
expanding. You don't have to comment, just follow. So,
Okay.
if it's expanding into a larger area, what is that larger area, please?
All right. There's no matter to disperse to
Now
create the
listen to
vacuum.
my question. If it's expanding into something, what is that something?
Exactly.
Yeah, see, that's where it ends. After it's not a scientific theory, the next statement, what I just said, that's where it goes to die forever.
Forever and ever.
Follow? You
Why is
following that?
everything with these other people
I
always
understand the Inquisition line. Yes, I'm with you on that. I'm trying to understand what the fuck is their explanation. Damn, I'm sorry.
You're asking the wrong group. You're
I'm so
asking the
sorry.
wrong group.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what their explanation is for that. I apologize.
It doesn't matter. Number one, they don't have an explanation. Number two, explanations aren't going to do it for us because we can get an explanation for just about anything down at the corner with the village idiot. Explanations have zero relevance here. Whether that's just a garnished just so story. So I don't care what people can explain. That has no relevance here. Do you follow? Yep. Yep. So that's it for that. Now, we'll get back. Now you're roboting. Drop out and come back in again. Now, back to this barbecue. Do you have a picture or not?
I don't have a picture, no, but I will for the next one because I've only got a few weeks of barbecuing left. It's 28 ounce at steak. I look.
That doesn't tell me anything. We need a picture so the audience knows what you're talking about.
How did you look behind the barbecue? Like barbecued?
Jeez.
I am. That cute. Yeah, I did. I probably did.
I probably did.
All right, let me try something here before we get to the whiny bitch.
Pardon?
Say again?
I said pardon?
Don't take this personally. Before we get to the whiny bitch that shits at 40. Before we get there, I had this one little topic that came up that I sort of missed when I was showing these people. And we were on Nathan's show. We were in, I hope that's it. We were after the meeting, and I was showing him one of those. I was showing him one of the videos from this weekend shoot, Betty, that I showed you, and I was just showing it to them, and they thought, wow, they weren't very. It's not impressing me much. Yeah, that's where they were at, and I failed to catch on because I was doing something else, playing the video and stuff, and I didn't realize until like 30 minutes after the discussion was over that what he was saying. Chocolate said the target, it's not even moving. And I'm there, and it hit me later, and I said, wait a second, does he just think we're just trying to hit the 3D animal? No, we're not just trying to hit the 3D animal. There's actual scoring rings on this animal that we're trying to hit that you can't see. Right?
It's moving.
It's not moving, but they're like quarter, $50 size, sometimes depending on the target. And I'll show you one here after the video's done playing on what the deal is. So I hope they finally get it. So I don't know. Did you join the live stream? What do you guys see in there?
A white like band.
And that's it?
Yep.
What the piss? What if... Okay, now wait a second. I'm going to start to play it. Let's see if it catches up to it. Here we go.
It's on.
You see it?
Nope. Maybe do it again. Go out and go back in. Maybe it helps.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to... I don't know why it's not picking up. Maybe it has to be... I think I know. Okay. Relax, Betty.
I am relaxed.
Stop streaming and then start streaming. Aha! Got it. You're right.
I am always right.
So hold on a second. Let me get to where I want to be. Okay. So this is over the weekend. I went to a shoot. I had a blast. We're not going to get into the whole story. We'll be here for like 45 minutes. It was really hot, and I ate a lot of food. How about that? So we're at this Target. So, what?
So he's pregnant, guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I ate so much. You know when I paid the price? Monday morning. My wife was laughing at me.
Yeah.
But yeah, too funny. But here we go. Okay, let me get. Hey, this isn't on screen.
No, it's not.
That would be messed up. All right, here we go. So I had a buddy. I said, listen, I didn't give him any guidelines on filming or anything. I just said, listen, here, do it. Just take. Somebody asked for a video. Betty asked for. Holy shit. Betty asked. Would you shut up?
Yes.
Betty asked for a video, some video evidence of this stuff. So I figured, I finally remembered this was on the last stretch of things. And I gave it to my buddy. I said, let's just take a video so I don't get my ass chewed out. Right? So here we go. Yeah. Here we go.
It's on.
Now, in the background, a guy's giving a little color commentary. He's going, this is John, and he's looking to smoke a nice 5. Right? You can't hear it, but that's what he said, and it cracked me up because he's talking about the scoring rings. Right? Following so far? Here we go.
A nice 5.
Let me see if I can catch it.
Stunya.
It's not like golf, is it?
Shut up.
Where there's a bit of silence
Shut
on
up.
the tee.
It'll take brains to say a name.
Okay. Now, it's really difficult to see. It's back here. It's a deer. You can see his antlers sticking up and stuff right here. Now, it has a stump in front of it, another little tree over here to make things interesting. But what I'm trying to do is hit the 11 ring, which is right about where my pointer is. Somewhere right in there, right? But you can't see it. I mean, you can hardly see. You can hardly see the target. You know that the scoring rings are there, because it's not going to be a target without scoring rings, right?
But how do you know where they are?
You have to study the targets, and they're in what the hunters call the kill zone, right? So, but I'm not a hunter, but I can understand a little bit of animal anatomy where the heart is. So it's right in that vicinity right there, right? But even with like binos, 10 by 40 binos, you still can't see them. They don't have them like in flow orange or anything. They're the same color as the animal. So the bottom line is you can't see them. You more or less have to guess. But my point is, it's not just hitting the target. Any numpty, well, let me take that back. There's a lot of people who can't hit them. But it's a little bit more than just hitting the target or the 3D animal is what I'm trying to say. So, and we keep score. You tally up your scores from each target, right? So if you hit the animal outside the 8 ring, if you hit the animal, bottom line, you get a 5, right? But what you're trying to do is hit the 11 ring, which is inside the bigger 10 ring. Now, depending on the animal, the 11 ring could be the size of a dime, quarter, or a $50 inside basically a pie plate. The smaller the animal, the smaller the rings, usually. Darn turkeys, they're like dimes, right? Which pisses me off constantly. But anyway, that's the moral of the story. Is I'm not just trying to hit the animal. I'm trying to hit it right in a specific spot, and you can't see the target. Like I said, not even – I got 10 by 40 binos. You can't see him. For 95% of the time, you can't see him. Right? Follow? Let me finish up the video, and then we'll put this to bed. So, you hear that sound? D-Rose, do you hear that sound? Pause. D-Rose was like, how do we know you even hit the target? You know by the sound, right? Because if you miss that target, it's going to hit a tree. It's going to go through the branches. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear a loud stick. But that little thump, that's how you know. How about that? Is that good enough
D-Rose,
now?
If he misses, you let him go, shit.
Yeah, that's
how you know
right.
he missed.
So that's all for that. I just wanted to make that clear. We all good?
What did you shoot in that specific moment?
I think I shot a 10 on that one. I didn't shoot a lot. I shot the 10. That was a good 42, 43 yards away, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a pretty good hike.
Okay.
But I think I shot 7 or 8 11s. I didn't do too good at the beginning because I was dizzy. The humidity was so intense that I got dizzy for the first 4 or 5 targets. I couldn't shoot really well. I was like all over the place.
Did you shoot 11s? Did you say that?
I shot 7 11s.
7 11s?
Yeah.
12s, right?
Say again?
12s.
Yeah, sometimes we call them, on this course, they call them 11s. And in most courses they do, but in a lot of other courses, the inner circle is the 12. Let me put that, in fact, let me put that up.
You told me that it was an 11, a 12 instead of an 11.
I just explained it to you. All right, so in IBO scoring, this is what I'm talking about. Let me make it bigger. And I'm not sharing, right? Obviously. I hate this. Just share the damn screen, Discord, you numpty. All right, I'll go share it. All right, now I got to come back, go back in. Well, where'd it go? There it is. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. So you can't, and it's like Be Kind to Dumb Animal Week with this particular target, this coyote, because it's got these black lines, and that bottom one is in the 12 ring. They call it an 11 ring, but for the most part, when you're in competition, this is a 12 ring. This is a 10 ring. This is the 8 ring around that, and the rest of it's 5s. All right, so this is Be Kind to Dumb Animal Week. Number one, this is a tiny target. They usually put this target like 35 to 45 yards away, and you ain't seeing this. Just let me tell you, but in this particular case, they do have, if you're lucky enough to see it, then you have an aiming reference. Follow? Good?
Yeah. You really got a really good super chat from James Mays. Just in.
Really?
And he says, good day, all.
James, you're the man, dude. Thanks for that color. He knows I like that color.
Yep, he knows.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it, man.
And the wife, too.
My wife is going to appreciate it even more. So, before we move on, does everyone understand?
The arrows.
Say again?
Same colour as the arrows pointing to your target.
I can't hear you. Get up to the mic.
It's the same colour as the arrows on the target.
Yes. Yes, beautiful. Mm-hmm.
It's the same color as, no, it's the same.
On that target.
There's no arrows on that target.
A pointing on the target.
On the picture.
Yeah, those aren't really arrows that you shoot. They're arrows pointing to the damn scoring rings.
Yeah, and they are the same color.
You're right. They're not arrows. They're arrows. You're right.
Good, Adam. So precious.
Good job. Way to muddy the waters there, Adam.
No, he's not muddying. He said that it's the same color.
What's the same color?
The color of those arrows pointing at the circles is the same color as the super chat James May said.
Oh, sorry, Adam. Forgive me. I'm a worm.
Yes, you are. A crimson worm.
Crimson? That's not crimson. That's magenta.
I know, but you are a crimson worm because that one is really existing.
Dude, buddy, but so are we done with this? I just wanted to explain that. Get it out of the way. Right? Chocolate, if you're out there. Friggin' guy.
Well, there's something that says, and it's XB Blackie. He says, non-sequitur. The target wasn't moving. Chocolate 1, kiwi 0.
The target wasn't moving. Chocolate 1, QE 0. Yeah. Nice. Well played. Well played. Oh, and there was another good one. I seen it earlier, chat, and it was from. Hold on a second. Boy, there's a lot of chats already.
Also from XB Blackie, he says a half stationary, a stationary $50.
Yeah. From the beginning, you have Tack Mine, and he said, "This better be good, QE."
He's right. It better be good.
It struck me, man. I just started snickering to myself, man. That was
what is good then? Has he divined what is good?
I don't think so. I think he's going to make that subjective assessment afterwards, and I think it's going to be under severe bias.
From who?
From him.
Oh, okay.
All right, who else we got in here? Hey, James Mays, thank you, sir. Like my wife, she's doing backflips.
She never could do it before.
I want to see that.
Aloha.
Let's see what we got in here. I thought I seen some people jump in here. Sorry, I'm going every different direction. What's up, Brian?
Hey, QE. Hey, everyone.
Good to have you, sir. You're going to be a subject in the discussion here coming up very shortly.
Yes, I expected that, so that's why I'm definitely here.
Now listen,
I'm here. Definitely here.
You're not here. You're definitely here. Now listen, we're going to do this somewhat like a treatment. I'm not going through the whole video, but this is what I want from you guys. I want you to stay on mute, right? Because it's going to take too long if we stop and have everyone's input. And I'm only doing a little part of the video. Now, if something strikes you, write it down, and then we'll get to it after I'm done. Okay? Fair?
Pen and paper.
No. Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say the same thing. Write it. Who the hell writes?
I'll tell you who writes, Neil. Drace from 24/7. Don't ever type to him a question in a message unless you want to read War and Peace. I don't care what topic it is. I am not exaggerating. Drace AI. I think that's what I know. It's Drace, but he has AI on it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, even something simple like, did you go swimming today? Don't do it. Just telling you right now. Shout out to Drace. You're friggin' hilarious, dude. But okay, we can move on from that. So what is the complaints? Do you want me to stop it every time this whining bitch screws himself?
So wait a minute.
Well, how long are you going to play it for?
One at a time.
I missed something. What are we gonna do?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. We're gonna do. Brian had a. It's not a debate. It's sort of a exposure, Mae West style of just a whiny bitch.
Okay.
You're gonna
On
see.
what topic?
You're gonna see a whiny bitch.
On what topic?
What do you think? Ether.
That's not flat Earth.
I know that.
So why are we talking about it?
Well, because Brian was in a discussion with a member of the Numpty Dipshit crowd.
Is there a crowd that's called Numpty Dipshit?
Yeah, Globe Dumpsters.
Huh.
We're in sort of this thing right now where we're exposing them as pretender clown frauds, and Brian did his part. Is that good? We good, Betty?
Yeah, I'm just reading that I misspoke Black Eyes name. XB Black Eyes instead of Blackie.
That's important.
Yeah, sorry, but it caught my eye.
All right.
Yeah, you might not hear much from me, by the way, so let's do this and I will be in the background.
Oh, we're taking care of the logistics first.
Yeah. But I'm just sort of make myself a disclaimer now.
That's okay. You might want to say something because it's going to be hilarious.
I won't have the time or the place for it.
Oh, yes, you will. So,
No, there's too many people in here.
yeah, I know. So we got to get this ironed out. See, because I can't be stopping this every time somebody says stop. It's a logistical nightmare.
Right. So I'm
Can I make a
assuming
suggestion?
you've got more than one point to make as you go through. There's points where surely you think that's worthy of stopping. You don't want us to just interject randomly. How long is it? How long is the bit?
I don't know. I didn't time it out.
Well, the thing is that QE makes from every video that's maybe an hour long, he makes a 3-hour video. So we are in full.
Is it 10 minutes? Is it 20 minutes?
Hopefully.
It's probably a little bit more than 20 minutes.
Why don't we aim for every sort of 7 minutes? Must be a salient point that must need addressing.
Then you need to time it, Adam.
Roughly.
Okay.
Somebody had an idea.
There might be a quick barrage of numptiness that requires you to stop it 30 seconds after the previous stop because it's so numpty-ish.
Yeah. And maybe when it makes you too mad or too out there, we need to stop you.
No, not stop him. How many glasses of wine have you had so far, Adam?
So far,
I'm gonna go with 3.
Oh no, because I've been at work for ages, so I'm literally just starting my second.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Time you get on the third and the fourth, we're going to stop, and I'm going to stop at enough, right? Now, hold on.
Trying to present. That's what I'm trying to. I said I didn't say have interruptions. I said why don't you just make some tiny pauses throughout the 37 minutes it's going to take?
Yes, I am, and I'm going to comment, but what I don't want to have happen is people come at mine saying, wait, I want to comment on this and drone on. Follow?
So we all shut up, and unless you give the time of day.
Now, maybe...
Yes, Daddy.
Just hold on a second. Go ahead. Brian wanted to say something. Go ahead, Brian. What's your suggestion?
Well, I'm not going to get involved at all because I'm the person on the other side of the debate there. So I'm just going to listen in. But I would say just stop it at your own discretion, as you'll know when Adam would like to say something, or Betty, you'll know. So I think leave it up to your discretion.
Now, I'm not saying you can't comment at all. Maybe like 5 minutes in 5-minute intervals, I'll stop and say, okay, does anyone have something to say? How about, I know I'm going to hate myself for this.
You better start before he gets on his third glass of wine.
Now, when I do stop and say that, I want each person that's going to say something about it to be as concise as possible. Okay? I want it so concise, I get cut. Follow?
Well, Brian's not talking, so that's a good thing. We're already covered that. It's only D-Rose we really need to just focus on a little bit there.
Oh boy.
You're not looking at me, are you, otherwise? Surely not.
Well, I'll do my best not to talk that much.
Okay.
That's gone from I'm not going to talk because I'm the guy in it to I'll do my best not to talk that much.
Yes.
It's not sounding concise now.
For example, Adam's wine glass is 3 feet tall.
I didn't say how big the glasses were. Correct.
All right. You guys seeing that? Yeah, you are, because I just confirmed it. So you are seeing this. So everyone understands, right? We're going to go through. I'm going to stop it many, many times. But after 5 minutes or so of me stopping it and just dogging this whining bitch out, little numpty idiot, then I'm going to stop and say, okay, up to this point, what do you guys got to say? And then we're going to be here for 4 hours. Okay? I'm willing to do that.
Sounds good.
All right. So, give me a minute. Let me make sure all my P's and Q's are in line.
A really full minute? My goodness.
Nice to see Brian, isn't it? You don't see him very often.
Not the best at lighting and that, but Yeah, at least you can see me.
Yeah, but you've done your hair. You've made yourself presentable. Look.
Yeah, I don't wash.
I wasn't prepared to make that bolder claim, Brian, on your behalf, but
Is it, what's going on up here? What's going on up here, Brian? Is this where you hang chickens?
What is it?
Right up in here. Is this like chicken paper up here? Just leftover chicken?
No, many years ago, myself and my father put up an apparatus so I could hang a boxing bag from there. But the apparatus came away in recent times. And I haven't decided if I'm going to just completely fix it or take it all away and just plaster over it. So I haven't really decided.
All right.
Yeah, so.
I thought it was an indoor kite.
It does look like one.
Okay. All right. We ready? Let me make one last check out there in YouTube land. Give me a moment. All right. We should all be good. And we're off.
And is there any like particular format you guys are looking for,
Yikes.
or did you have a setup or thinking about?
Well, we agreed on that I do the debate on the topics that Austin put forward, which are electrostatics, the photon, and ether. And that I disagreed with the 5-10 minute intro for each person, that I just wanted to get stuck into the debate.
Yeah, Brian's talking the 5 to 10 minute intro horse shit that other debate platforms, that not actually debate platforms, have, because that just gives you 5 to 10 minutes to ramble on about horse shit that you made up without supporting anything. So we don't do that here.
And as I took the debate, I wanted to ask the first question.
Okay, does that sound correct to you, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, he just added in the I want to ask the first question part, but I don't care.
No, I didn't add that in. That was.
But I don't care. Now, I'm pretty sure Brian had emailed Hammerhead here and made sure everyone knew. I'm sure that Brian's not a liar. Clown.
Something that was in the specifications. I have Skype
It
messages.
wasn't, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just let you.
Keep smiling, Sally.
You know, so not lying, not seen as a liar. Like that was-
I've never heard of it, but I don't care. I don't care.
Let's move on.
You want me to flip a coin?
No, he
You need to
can ask a
flip
question.
coin?
I don't care if he wants to ask.
Oh, I specifically want to go with the first question.
Yeah, they have like a script, bro, that they're gonna try to get me to say stuff.
Here we go. Here we go. Right off the bat. They have a script. Who the hell are they? It's only Brian. Are you delusional or something? Do you think there's other people in this room with his kite? You clown. So, and they have a script. What does that even mean? They have a, it's not they. And what's this script thing? I don't know. I've never heard anyone explain it to me. It's just a backhanded slight from a feeble fuckwit. That's all this is. Just a little poisoning the well. Just, hold on. Just a little poisoning the well fallacy to start everything off. You lying, sewer rat, double-speaking idiot. You think this is going to fly? Do you think people that could fog a mirror don't know what you're doing here? Brian surely does, because he's going to call you on your little baseless assertion backhanded slights, and you're going to squirm like a worm. Go ahead, Adam.
Objection, projection. Accusation. Well, not that it would be a problem if Brian had sat down with us and we'd prepped him for it, or
right.
But we didn't, if I'm being honest. Good luck, Brian, I think was what you got.
That's what he got.
But it was clear when you looked at Jaron's body language that he was reading from a script at particular points with Nathan.
Exactly.
I've no objection to that.
Me neither.
There's not a problem calling yourself up. It's wondering, is that just fear?
Yes.
That Brian's tooled up? Is that what you're instantly projecting? And Say, just describing what was apparent what they did with Jaren, and there's no. I don't see it as an accusation. So why you'd mention it is just, like I say, kind of weakness.
It's just bullshit. Brian, were you prepared by anyone from FED?
No, I hardly had any conversation with anyone.
I know. There you go. So, and anyway, how would he know? Right? What do you got? Special Evo ether mind powers? I'll put ether in it. Do you have special ether mind powers or something? You missed your calling, your vocation. Carnival. You know, guessing people's weights or barking for the yak woman. There, Nancy. What a clown you are. Watch what happens.
While he says, I don't make any claims. So that's what this conversation will be about.
Well, you're...
Look at it. So he's predicting what the conversation's going to be about already. You half a sissy fucktard. Go ahead, start making your baseless assertions. See what happens.
You're already deciding what is going to happen and giving the audience an impression without me even saying anything.
Brian's all over this. You're exposed.
I think so.
We'll just see if I'm right. Maybe
You must have mind powers, Austin. You know?
Yeah, mind powers. I forgot he said that, by the way. Yeah, he's got special ether mind powers. Exactly. Good job, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Maybe so.
Yeah, maybe so.
I doubt it.
All right, let's have a clean,
clown,
good competition.
Look at him smiling like a Nancy fag. What the fuck, dude? You're done for here in a couple seconds.
Here, boys. I appreciate gentlemen. Appreciate you guys coming here. Brian, start off with the first question.
Okay, my first question then, Austin, is I'm firstly going to make a claim, and then I'm going to ask the question. The claim is connected to the question, and it's just to clear up something. My claim concerning ether is not that it's not science, it's that it doesn't exist. Right? That's my claim.
Does everyone get that out there? This is rhetorical. The claim has never been from our side that ether's not science. Ever since the beginning, the claim has that ether doesn't exist. Is that getting through your thick skull, Nancy fag? See, he switches up the argument when he comes into Nathan showing, yes, ether's not science. No, that's not our argument. You shits at it. That's why I call him shits it. He just shits it, right, and makes shit up. That's not the argument. The argument from our side is ether doesn't exist. Now, once you show or demonstrate ether existing, then maybe perhaps the next question will be whether we can do science on that monkey or not. Not before it. Duh. Wow.
And it's always been my claim. I never went into whether it was science or not. So my question is, do you agree or do you disagree that ether is only a fourth dimensional spiritual belief?
A fourth dimensional spiritual belief. That's your question. No, I wouldn't classify it as that, but I agree that it's an interpretive framework. So either
it's an interpretive framework. So he says ether is interpretive framework. Just shits that out. Citation, please. It's a non sequitur. First of all, you made it up. Second of all, it's horse shit. Third of all, any comment that needs some comment? I'm thinking.
What does interpretive framework mean?
I don't know.
We got a super
It's
chat.
an interpretive framework. What?
Hold up,
ether is?
Adam. Hold up, Adam. You heard Betty.
Super chat. Michael Kahn says, "Is that shit sack in a Nike clown suit?" Laughing emoji.
Thanks, Michael Kahn. Go ahead, Adam.
It's generally a question. What is an interpretive framework? I'm Googling it now. Okay. A research method that involves detailed understanding of a particular subject through observation, not through hypothesis testing. I didn't know that was going to come up, but ouch.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Um,
right. But it says observation. Do we observe the ether?
That goes back to the fundamental question as when I was the emissary.
Yes.
That's the first thing I was asking. What is the ether? I asked for other definitions, but fundamentally that was still something that I didn't get a direct answer on. I got all sorts of things that represented it, analogies to it, but never an actual description of what it is. And I think that's what Brian's saying here. And I think fundamentally it's a great question because it does appear to be a spiritual belief that these guys are having. This is the matrix, if you like, that they're professing everything that in their spiritual ideology is how it creates.
An interpretive.
So I think it's a really good question he asks him.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it was too. But interpretive framework is more like a philosophy, right? Because your methods are derived from your philosophy. So it's a conceptual philosophy. That's what it is. That's what he's saying.
This is from the
but he
sociology dictionary.
Adam, number one, he just made it up. So citation, please, what ether is. Somebody provide me. I can't fuck. This is why I'm saying. Right? This isn't going to work. Get done with what you're saying and then we'll continue. Go.
I think I was done.
You don't think you were done. That's why I just said go ahead, finish with what you were saying.
The response was interpretive framework. It's an interpretive framework. I've looked up what that is. That's now appears to be a replacement for science. Again, you see, you ask what is ether real? What is ether? Is it a spiritual thing? And you get, no, it's an interpretive framework. He's working. We're not answering the question. We're not prepared to answer the question. That's a year's experience of trying to, and I did, converse with it for ages on that. This is exactly as going. And I reiterate the point. Great question by Brian, because that is fundamentally what ether is, as the best of my knowledge. It's a spiritual belief.
Okay. That's fine. I would still like a citation with that. If you think it's a spiritual belief, then I want you to provide it. I want to see that citation. Okay?
Could demonstrate it, I think, with the conversations with Whitsitt, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
You rock with it or you don't.
We ain't rocking with concepts there, sunshine.
So it is a belief, though.
Sure.
And does it exist then in the 3 dimensions that we live in?
It seems to interact with 3 dimensions, yeah.
So, an interpretive framework, a concept, interacts with our 3D reality. That's what he just said. You need to be institutionalized. At the very base, it's a reification fallacy, just a feeble one. So it's all over for you right now. Any comment on this real quick?
He asked for citation and he gave it you the second you press play. Yes, it's a belief.
That's the citation?
Oh, that's part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it, right?
He's not denying Brian's question, is he? He's not saying, no, it's not a spiritual. Yeah, it fundamentally is.
So it's a concept.
It's a very metaphysical idea. Excuse me, this, isn't it?
So it's a concept that interacts with 3D reality is what he just said. Let's focus, stay on topic. Yes, that's what he just said. So at
totally,
the base, yeah. Okay, let's roll.
So it's something that can be shown and proven within 3 dimensions. I can experience it.
Immediately went into like a straw man.
That's not a straw man, you numpty dipshit. You just said it interacts with 3D reality. We are in 3D reality. Show where it interacts. It's not a fucking straw man, moron. My God. Are you retarded? Don't answer that.
Well, if it's in the 3 dimensions and I live in 3 dimensions.
Duh. Way to go, Brian.
Then I'd have to be able to experience it, would I not?
Duh.
Yeah, if ether exists, then
No, just yeah.
then we experience things that happen because of the ether.
Okay, so show. Let's say it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. Let's
Well,
say
that
it.
would be a cause and effect relationship.
Oh, he just said, yeah, it's an effect, or it was causing something. That's correct. Way to go, Brian.
We can't tangibly access the ether if it exists.
So now we can't tangibly access the ether. He's double speaking every other breath. What the fuck? This is like trying to explain trig to a 3-month-old. There's your 3-month-old, folks. If you can't see this, then you're the problem. Any comment? I heard some rustling in the background.
Yeah, no F words, please.
No. Who said that?
I did.
Oh, I thought it was super chatted.
No, but I'm telling you. You just told somebody else off not to use them. Don't.
Do as I say, not as I do.
You are the big leader. Behave as such.
You're the F-bomb queen.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
I did. But you need to make yourself where?
I'll
Proof,
try.
please.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it lower. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm not promising anything.
Exists, so we couldn't do science on it.
Here he goes back to not doing science. That's not our claim. Our claim is it doesn't exist. Simple. Get it right. Good Lord.
So, I can present a logical argument that it's
a logical argument. No, you're talking about something that's a concept. Number one, you have no idea what logic is. We established that 8 months ago. You're clueless. First, and logic has nothing to do with this. This is the nature of our reality. That's a category error. You're a moron.
It's an antecedent relationship that
Really? Go ahead. What's the consequence? We're waiting.
You will not be able to rebut.
Oh, God. Wait. Well, what is it? You will not be able to rebut. He's just a clown. Delusional clown. Say it. We'll rebut it in less than a plank time. It'll be nonsense, doublespeak, or a lie. One of those three.
But you'll just ignore it. So
yeah, we'll just ignore it.
Before we get onto it,
right.
Being asked about reality, and this is this is the beginning of the debate, and this is your first presentation. Well, no, but I can give you this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't be able to rebut it.
Second grade,
you'd be laughing, wouldn't you?
Second grade playground tactics. Look how proud he is. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. This fucking guy couldn't get out of a Cracker Jack box. That's how dumb he is.
You don't know what I'm going to do. I'm only asking you about the ether itself. Like, if you're going to claim that the ether is something that exists in 3 dimensions, or at least interacts with the 3 dimensions, and we live in 3 dimensions, then that means that I must be able to experience it in some way. And if it's causing things via your claims, then it's a cause and effect relationship.
Good job, Brian. Exactly. That was eloquently stated and well done. What's your response?
So,
but it isn't tangibly accessible.
But it did tangibly accessible, huh, retard? Then if it's not tangibly accessible, it's not in our 3D reality, tard. My God, are you stupid?
Oh, I just said that.
Yeah, I know you just said that, and you contradicted yourself from your previous statement. My word.
Sorry, say that again. I missed you.
It isn't tangibly accessible, which is why I don't call it science.
Here we go again. We're running around in a big circle jerk from a circle jerker. This is nonsense, folks.
Well, if it's not tangibly accessible, then what is your basis for it then?
I just made it up.
It's an interpretive framework.
Back to the interpretive framework. You etherites out there, I want a citation that states ether is an interpretive framework. This is just stupid. If you would have said it was a Tootsie Roll Pop, it would have had just amount of relevance.
And it actually offers the possibility to explain a lot of...
What offers? A concept offers the capability of explanation? You're a retard. That made no sense. That's non sequitur. You need to be institutionalized. Oh, and by the way, this numpty thinks that explanations, AKA just so stories, ones you could just make up, or the village idiots explanations, as long as it's an explanation, then everything's okay. That's what he thinks. Clown.
Phenomena that you guys ignore. I'm not really...
You guys. He's back to seeing people in here. It's only one guy. It's only Brian. You're going to get your ass handed to you for it here in a second.
In the business of just ignoring things and then saying, I didn't make any claims, therefore I'm undefeated. I actually want to figure out...
Therefore, no one ever said that. But that's your mindset because like we established 8 months ago, you are a child. An insolent child. You have the intellectual and emotional maturity of a friggin' child. And it's on display for my audience. Like they didn't know. But I don't know. You've Jedi mind tricked a lot of people, man. I think this might be helping some that'll listen to the show, that are listening right now and listen into the future. It might snap them out of it.
What's going on, so I don't just ignore things. So it's an interpretive framework.
Back again 4 times. It's interpret. You got support for that? Even though it's a non sequitur, would still like some support where you're getting that from. Instead of shit-sitting it out by your namesake.
When you say ignore, could you define what it is that you would say that, let's say me, what I would ignore?
Yeah, you ignore, for example, the empirical measurements of
Empirical measurements is a contradiction in terms. You don't know what empirical means. Empirical is observable, testable, repeatable, and falsifiable. That's a category error with measurements. Idiot.
Interferometry that were done.
So he said interferometry measurements. That's what he said, just in case you missed it.
In Michelson Morley and have been replicated millions of times. And
replicated. Who cares about replication? Replication only deals with science, natural science. I'll say it again. Observable, testable, repeatable. And that repeatability part is focused on the testability, the experiment part. And the last one is falsifiable. There, sunshine. Idiot.
And even with millimeter precision with radio waves in the 21st century.
Well, show. And then show us what they mean. See, that's the rub. I don't have a problem with interferometry. I don't. I think it's a great measuring tool. But you dumbass, you need to show the meaning of it. What it means. After you show the measurement, what it means. Are you getting this? Maybe your fleet of slobber nurses can translate it for you. Dumbass.
Century that shows that light propagates faster in the direction that...
Whoa, how can light propagate faster when you said light doesn't have a speed? Can you explain? Let's hear that explanation. I just played it earlier. I'll play it again in the middle of this nonsense. But you said demonstrably...
Before you do,
what
does it mean? That's a really important point. It was a point I tried to ask Whitsitt when he was describing the machine. Even if I've got these measurements and they're different, what does it mean? Yeah? How are you coming to the assumption that it has to be... Well, I'm making an assumption here. You're going to say it's due to ether rotation. Yeah? How are you coming? How does the measurement mean that?
Exactly. Isn't that like, well, duh? Yeah. So I don't know. It doesn't seem that he knows, but he's quite confident.
That's what it, yeah.
Is somebody saying something in the background? Into the break. Go on mute. Thank you. There we go.
That the sky moves, it moves even faster as you get higher, and it changes with the season. Very precise interferometry measurements. It's been maybe 7 years, and you guys literally.
Here he goes again with you guys. There's not different guys in here. It's just one guy.
Ignore them.
We ignore them. Support that.
Well, I've never ignored Mickelson Morley. I have never ignored him. What they were doing didn't mean anything to me. It literally.
Ah, Brian, look at that. It didn't mean anything to him because it's meaningless because you haven't provided the meaning yet. Neither has anyone before you. Are you getting this, Nancy? Do you understand this? What does it mean? Show the measurement, and then most importantly, what does the measurement mean? Meaning. Connect the two. Next block of instruction, how to sit down. Then point at a friggin' horse.
Right, whatever they did, there was nothing tangible came out of it. Right? Other than like Mickelson Morley, what their intent was, I read into it, right? I read into it in the past. But recently I read into it again when I was having this debate. I just wanted the basics of it. And their intent was, part of their intent was to measure ether drift. So they were pre-assuming an ether and a drift of the ether before they did what they did. So
you said you didn't ignore it. You said you don't ignore it, but then you proceed to say that there's nothing there. Just because you ignore.
He didn't ignore it. He looked at it. How can he look at something that's not ignoring? He looked at it and said, well, it's meaningless. Right? That's not ignoring. It's meaningless. Simple.
Like, can you tell me what the Mickelson-Morley experiment is?
Number one, it's not an experiment. And why would you shift the burden of proof onto him? The Mickelson-Morley quote-unquote non-experiment is your claim. You proud sack of potatoes here, you dumbass. It's your job. This is your claim. You support your claims. This is so retarded. I don't know. Moderator, hello? You're asleep at the wheel.
Well, the basis of it is they were using interferometry to.
He Jedi mind tricked you. You shouldn't be doing this, Brian. But I understand in the heat of the moment. I got you.
They believed that there was an ether and they were going to measure the drift of that ether. Right, using interferometry, which is an interference pattern.
Yeah. What was the test? Like, what is it?
You tell us. Just like ballers do, right? Just like ballers do, they switch the burden of proof and they ask you to explain their claims. It's nonsense.
Can't remember the full test, but it was basically using how many hits on a plate that happen over time to decide whether there was a drift happening of the ether, or was it the Earth rotating? Maybe it might have been a little bit of that.
No, that's Mickelson Gale Pearson with the Earth rotating. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. This is the problem with FED.
No, this isn't the problem with FED. There he goes into FED again. This is where you're going to get your ass handed to you. The problem is you are not supporting your claim. Duh. Let me go back 5 minutes or 5 seconds. Here we go.
The Earth rotating. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. this is the problem with FED. They shut down conversation.
Oh, you're finished. So that wasn't the answer or a rebuttal to what he said, number one. Number two, you have evidence of this, that FED shuts down conversation. Do you realize FED isn't in here, right? This is just Brian. But you've made this claim now for about a year as sort of a backhanded slight, poisoning the well, Nancy fag fallacy, right? Now you're going to be held to task. Listen up, folks.
And now it's 2023. You don't even know what Mickelson Morley is. Like, what was...
He doesn't need to know what Mickelson Morley is. It's irrelevant. You need to know. You need to tell us what the experiment was, what the measurement was, and its meaning. It's your claim, dumbass. My God, are you retarded? But you're going to get your ass handed to you right now. Get him, Brian.
Was the results of the test?
Hang on, I read on it the other night, and they pre-assumed an ether, and they intended on measuring an ether drift. Is that incorrect or correct?
Oh, he's not getting them just yet. All right, I'll excuse it for right now.
Do you agree or disagree with that?
That's correct. I asked you what the result of the test was. I don't care about their assumptions. I'm talking about the measurement.
Are you talking about interferometry?
This is just background noise nonsense, folks. This is his claim. He should be explaining it.
What that is? Hits on a plate.
No, what were the results of the test?
Who gives a shit? That's your responsibility. And the meaning of those results. Not from tests, from measurements.
The results of the test? Yeah. I don't remember the results, but it didn't fit. It didn't fit.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether he remembers or not. You look like a proud little turkey. You haven't done anything except shift the burden of proof off you. That's all you've done. Do you realize that that's a fallacy? Logical fallacy there, Mr. Logic. Dumbass cracker.
Whatever they were looking for.
Yeah, so you did ignore it.
It's not my claim. I don't have to support Michelson Morley.
Exactly. It's not his claim. It's yours. Duh. Hello, McFly.
You said you didn't ignore it.
It's you that has to support.
Oh, God.
You just said that you don't ignore it. But now you've just shown the whole audience you don't even know what it is.
Oh, my God. I already said my piece on this. You guys got it.
I won't ignore a lot of things, but that doesn't mean I go researching them daily.
You clearly ignored it if you don't even know what it is.
Well, I did look into it before in the past, but I've forgotten most of what it was.
Okay. This is the thing, right?
I don't understand what interferometry does.
And you agree that it makes measurements that are highly precise?
Does it?
Yeah, does it? Show.
Yes.
Yes. Show. Yep. I don't see any showing.
It hits on a plate. Indiscreet. Yeah.
Discreet, not indiscreet. Discreet.
Are you saying that interferometry doesn't make precise measurements?
No, we're waiting for you to validate that it does make precise measurements, and then we'll follow up with that after you've proven it. Right? That's how it works, dumbass.
Are you disagreeing that it hits on a plate over time? Individual hits?
It isn't even, see, you think that because the more modern ones are like that, and you kind of heard what I was saying on FED.
Oh, God, he's going to bring it up. How many times has he brought FED up already? Now he's going to conjure how Brian thinks about his topic.
It's a poke to tell, isn't it?
Yep.
Every time he shits it, as in when Brian makes a good point, not when he speaks, he comes back with insult and he's used FED again. There you see. Why is he shitting it?
Yep.
It's hits on a plate. It's hits on a plate, and he knows what that means.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I say one quick thing?
Yeah, go ahead,
very
Brian.
quick.
Yes.
I entertained the Michelson Morley questions from him because I wanted to get to talking about ring laser gyros, and he doesn't want to go there.
Right.
In the debate, he didn't want to go there, so that's why I was so let's say, courteous about that.
Gotcha.
I knew that's why you were doing that.
Gotcha. That's fine.
Just about how long it takes the light to get to the receiver. Interferometry using
how long it takes the light to get to the receiver. Well, how in the hell can that be when you've said multiple occasions that there is no speed of light? Contradiction after contradiction. Right there, folks. There he is. See my tapes. You already heard it earlier, by the way.
Uses the crossing patterns of light to give us very precise measurements of motion.
Okay, and what does that mean? Show the measurements and what it means. Very simple. This is grade school level rationale.
One laser supposedly travels a further distance than the other.
Why would it travel a further distance if they're the same length arms?
Well,
you tell us. And why are they traveling? You said on more than one occasion that light doesn't travel either. It's already there. Contradiction after double speak after contradiction. You're through. You're finished. I told you your charter was revoked. You better get the hell out of here. I'll tell you that much. You and your band of merry globe dumpsters, your charter is revoked. I told you that. Now watch what happens over the next few months.
That's how interferometry works. That's how a ring laser gyro works.
What do you want?
He literally sounds like a glober. He sounds like every answer is a question.
I know.
Every answer he gives Brian is a question.
Well,
it's almost like that skit. It's like that skit. Do you want red? Well, why do you ask? So I want red.
All right.
What makes you think I want red? It's ridiculous.
All right. Good point. Thank you.
Well, why are you changing the subject? Why would they be traveling?
Why is he changing the subject? He's talking about interferometry. Aren't we talking about, how's that changing the subject? Moron.
Interferometry, are we not?
We're not talking about ring laser gyro. We're talking about the Michelson-Morley test. Why
test? Good thing you didn't say experiment again. Oh, by the way, a test in this genre is experiment. So that's factually incorrect.
Why would they be traveling a greater distance?
He's asking Brian why they're traveling a greater distance when he said that light doesn't travel there. It's already there. You can't make this shit up, folks.
That is an interferometer. Ring laser gyros are interferometers.
Why are you changing the subject from the Michelson-Morley test?
I'm not. You brought up interferometers. I'm talking about interferometers. Now, you're welcome to tell us about Michelson-Morley. I'm not stopping you doing that, but we're talking about interferometry.
You're welcome to tell us about Michelson-Morley and show the results. And what does it mean? You're welcome to do that. That's what we've been waiting for the past, 15 minutes? You think you might get there sometime, sunshine? While we're young. He never does, by the way. For that 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Well, we were talking about how you guys all shut down.
Oh, here he goes again. We're talking about how you guys, the guys are in this room, shut down conversation. That's what he just said. Right off of interferometry, right back to FED. Get him, Brian.
Interferometry does.
We're talking about how you guys have like a script and you shut down conversations.
Here we go. Yep. Shut that. Yeah. Oh, Brian. Yeah, buddy. Hanging watermelon-sized curveball. This is where it ends.
It's 2023 and you guys have ignored Michelson-Morley.
Could you get evidence of that?
He asked dipshit here if he's got evidence of FED shutting down conversations with Michelson-Morley. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, every time someone brings up Michelson-Morley.
Yeah, of course, every time. No. Show. The time for talk is over. He's asking you, Brian's asking you to show. Show. Get it, dumbass. No, he doesn't.
No, not based this assertion. Could you please provide video, audio, or written word?
Yeah, I'm totally going to go right now live in the conversation and find it.
Yeah, you are, because that's the claim that you made. You mean you're not going to support the claim that you made? You dumbass. That's not going to fly. Not anymore. Every single word from that incoherent blowhole of yours is going to be excruciatingly scrutinized. And you're going to be stopped and asked for evidence or proof and support of it from here on out. You got that? Nancy Fag. Get ready. It's a coming.
Where we all know you guys do it.
Oh, his evidence is we all know you guys do it. That's his support.
You can deny it. I don't care. I can literally repeat what you guys.
That's a baseless assertion. We don't want to hear your repetitions. No. Time to show. Show your evidence in the support of that numpty dipshit baseless assertion that you've been parroting for the past 8 months. You do it constantly. Now it's time to measure up. Provide the evidence right now, or you're a village idiot.
Guys do. So if someone brings up Mickelson Morley,
I don't want you repeating it. I want to hold you to your claim, because I'm hearing these kind of claims, and all this is a form of character assassination.
There you go, starting to laugh and look at him like you're busted. I don't even realize if you realize it. I don't think you do.
That's all it ever is for me.
No, it's a fact.
No,
it's a fact. Oh, so it's a fact that FED does this. Support it. We want to see the evidence right now. Show. I'm not from Missouri, but I'm living here now. Show me. Which you can't, and you're busted. Watch them squirm.
No, it's a form of character assassination.
You want to bet $5,000?
You want to bet $5,000? Yeah, I'll bet you $10,000 right now. Yes, I'll bet. Little second grade playground ploy. F***ing right, I'll bet. Show. You can't. You won't. And you're going to weasel out. Nancy Fag, right in front of my audience. Watch this behavior, folks.
Like, I listened to you during the week on Nathan's. And at one point, I think it was yesterday, you were given a full 5 minutes to talk. Like, I mean, I'm never.
And it got completely ignored. It got completely ignored. Not one of you people could even pretend to rebut what I said.
Yeah,
pretend to rebut what you said? We already did. About your faster, it goes faster in one direction. All the while you said there is no speed of light. Yeah, that's a rebuttal, and you're a retard. The double speak in one each kind.
Like, all I want you to do is support your claim. So
okay, can you here? I'll give you my claim. You don't even know what my claim is.
No. You already made your claim. You said FED shuts down the conversation. We're not allowed to say or talk about certain things. You need to provide that evidence right now, you clueless clown. He's not even keeping up. You've lost the plot.
You couldn't even tell him my claim.
He's telling Brian that you can't even tell me what my claim was. This is like arguing with my sister's kids. Ladies and gentlemen, he is incoherent, clueless clown. And Brian's got him by the balls.
What? You just said your claim. You're claiming that.
Yeah, duh. He just said it. Right, exactly.
We shut down and ignore that conversation.
Yep.
And then as I go to explain how you.
No. Not explain how. Show it, idiot. My God, is he stupid.
You start interrupting me and saying you want me to.
Oh, here's this fairy. You started interrupting me because every single one of my baseless assertions that I projectile diarrhea, motor mouth, and all my fallacies, you interrupt. That's his whole game, folks. He's not even on topic. I don't think he knows what his claim is. Brian, I don't even know if you repeat it. Let's see if he does.
Go live and grab you a video clip out of the 4 million redundant hours of.
Yeah, to support what you say. 4 million redundant hours. What the hell does that mean? I mean, is it exactly? See, we want hyper-specificity here in the support of your claim. This hand wave, making shit up evolutionary deal isn't going to work. That's what evotards do. Where's the redundant, what was it, millions of redundancy? What's that mean? You going to support that? Nope.
Of FED, and that won't be happening,
well, you should
obviously.
have something to support it.
That's just a tactic.
Just support your claim. That's not a tactic. All he's asking for you is to support your claim. It's real simple.
Because that
This is just a tactic.
It's not a tactic. We're asking you to support your claim. I'm sorry, we aren't. Brian is. And he's justified in doing so. So are you going to support your claim?
Assassination attempt.
This is just a tactic.
Here we go again. Third time, it's just a tactic. You mean you're providing the tactic of saying it's just a tactic while you're not providing or supporting the evidence or the claim that you made with evidence? It's really simple. You're busted.
So if you want to let me explain what you...
No, not explain. Show. Show it, idiot. Good Lord.
You tell me where I'm wrong. How about that? So from
You tell me when I'm wrong. Well, every other word that you speak. Have you heard my audio clips? Again, he's trying to divert away. Let's see if it works.
my experience, when someone says,
and not come up with any evidence.
See, this is all you can do.
This is all he can do is ask you to support your claims. That's not all he can do, but it's the topic of the subject now. You can't support your claims. So, in other words, you're a village idiot. You get it? My audience gets it. Now.
No, I predicted that you
know what I get, QE? Hey, Q, you know what I get? No, Q, I'm sorry, but you know what I get? I get that he doesn't understand that on the other side, you've made accusations about him, but you have the evidence on audio that that substantiates your accusations. He, on the other hand, just wants to spread rumors and just run his mouth about allegations, but he doesn't have anything to prove it. He's exposing himself right now, even indulging in this type of pity-pat, tit-tat crap.
Yep. Well, he's a child. That's what I told you. And everyone in my audience that's watching or will watch is going to know. Maybe I've broken that Jedi mind trick that's out there. Right? I don't know. We're going to have to see after this is over.
Just to
go ahead, Adam.
Refer to D. Rose's point there. There's a difference in the allegations as well. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with allegations. As demonstrated, QE's shown that Whitsitt, in his explanation of reality, uses multiple contradictions. I won't go into them. Yeah, but look at what Whitsitt is accusing us of. It's not that, is it? He's not tackling any substantive point of the argument. He's making a baseless assertion as being shown that we shut down. We won't talk about Mickelson Morley. What about Mickelson Morley for years? Do you know what I mean? It's pathetic distraction argument. Look at the quality of the accusation.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Let's see what happens. This is going to go on. Let's see what occurs.
Do you want from me? Do you want me to
stop interrupting me?
Something that's a big...
To stop interrupting you, you haven't done anything yet. We're waiting for you to show. Remember, you made a claim that you said was a fact. Your words support your fact. Let's see if it's a fact. Simple.
Baseless assertion. To just sit there and...
That's what it is, Brian, a baseless assertion. It is a baseless assertion that he thinks is a fact. Now it's time for you to support it. Simple.
Have you say things that I know are not true.
Well, then why can't you let me tell you?
Why can't you let me not tell you? No, I don't think you're getting this. You lost the plot. We're waiting for you to show. Show. That's what we're waiting for. An explanation at this point is a category error. It's non sequitur. Show.
You've given you the opportunity to prove your claim, and you're not willing to do it. You're saying these things for I don't know how long now, and you never support it.
Oh, over a year and never supports it. Yeah, you're busted. He knows it now. I think it's getting to it. I can see it now. What's he going to do?
With audio, video, or written word.
Yep.
So let's see if you try not to interrupt me this time. And
We don't need to interrupt you. It's time for you to show. He's just a dumbass, man.
And I'll tell you what I'm talking about, and you can tell me.
You're gonna tell me what you're talking about. No, you're just not pulling shit out of your ass. Shit's it. What are you gonna do now? Let's hear this.
If I'm wrong about it,
you're missing the point.
You're gonna tell him if he's wrong about it. He's lost the plot, folks. If you would have said that the reason why you're doing it is because squirrels don't have Social Security cards, it would have made just as much relevance as what you just said. I mean, you're just a dumbass. Period. You're caught, too. It's over.
I'm not looking
You're
for
just gonna
you
keep
to
doing
tell
it.
me. I'm looking for you to support.
You guys are like
I've
robots.
already said.
You guys are like robots. That's what he just said. You guys. So, again, he thinks there's multiple people in this room. And what does "you guys are like robots" have to do with supporting your claim? Nothing. Feeble obfuscation, folks, from a child.
I've heard you say it. It must be 15, 20 times.
Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
This was in a business meeting or in a academic debate. This person would be removed.
Yes, sir.
The just straight ad hom, nothing dealing with anything to do with the subject.
Yep.
Distraction. The straightforward insults is it's galling. I see. Thank God I've had my birthday week and I've not watched this. I won't watch it if this goes on for this long. Well done, Brian. Unless you lose your nut in a minute, because this is just. It's smirking insults. It's terrible. It's toe curling to watch.
It gets worse, Adam.
I can imagine. I can freaking imagine.
And if he was a prosecutorial ADA, and he's making a claim for the people, he would be disbarred or removed from the court because all he does is reverse the burden.
Yep.
He sucks.
If I'm heavily into Ether, I'm turning up to watch Brian get smashed. First thing this is what the debate's about. I'm going to hear really from the big man what Ether's about. He's going to destroy these idiots. Where is the support for what he's standing by? What all this is about?
Yep.
It's fantastic, isn't it? To have it aired. Fantastic to have it demonstrated the lack of argument that's there. The big man, big Etherite, the big.
Fantastic. No, I'd characterize it as feebly pathetic by a dumbass. He's showing it in space. You're through. Flat Earthers, what are you going to do about this? I've told you a number of times. It's going on 2 months now. What are you going to do, Flat Earthers? I'll tell you what, you better do something. I know that for a fact. You better do something. Or you're going to rue the friggin' day. I've been saying this for the past few weeks now.
Can I say something real quick?
Quickly.
Brian, I was smiling from ear to ear.
Thank you. We're going to move on.
More.
Pardon me, gentlemen, real quick. Brian, remind me again, you said you came on and you agreed to debate what topics?
It was ether, the photon, and electrostatics.
Ether, the photon, and electrostatic. So debating like the what happens on the Flat Earth debate show and conversations on there would technically be considered off topic, right?
No, they're hammerhead. You see, this bozo just made factual claims. That's what he said. They were facts. His words. So he needs to support his claims. It's very simple. Now, what you see, he's listening to the moderator. You see this? He now knows that he's got the moderator in his back pocket. Watch his reactions here.
Yeah, but I didn't make a statement.
Yep. He knows now. Look out.
If someone's going to be making claims, they're going to get held. Like, I mean, if Austin didn't throw in that caveat, I don't know why Austin needs those caveats. Why he needs them to add in, I don't get it. Austin, if you have evidence for your claims, your actual claims concerning ether, etc., then why do you need these caveats? And all of
why do you have to?
Well, we're here. We're here now.
Interrupt me so much.
His comeback to Brian is, why do you have to interrupt me so much? He's not interrupting you. We're waiting for you to show your evidence to support your factual claim. So why are you interrupting me so much? I don't know. What world are you living in? Who knows? Maybe you think just because you say it, you'll Jedi mind trick everyone into thinking that Brian's actually interrupting him? This is just stupid, folks.
No one's interrupting you from getting the proof.
Yeah. No one's interrupting you from getting the truth and support for your claim. He's exactly correct. Watch this bitch.
You are. Yeah, you are.
Well, we're here now. Let's get back. We were talking about Mickelson Morley, correct? Mickelson.
Yeah.
No. Let's get back to him supporting his claims, Hammerhead. That's what we want to get back to.
Why can we throw in caveats then? If he's going to, why can Austin throw in caveats, and when he's asked to support these things, he doesn't?
They're not caveats, they're backhanded slights intentionally to poison the well against FED. I know why you said that, Brian. You didn't have the word for it, but that's okay. Just had to correct it.
Do it. How is that okay?
Okay, look, I said I'm not going to go grab a video in a live debate, okay?
So you're not going to support your claims. So you're a village idiot. Thank you.
So we can move on.
No, we're not moving on. We're not moving on from your baseless assertions. No, because you're going to do it the whole time. You made a factual claim out of your words. It's a fact. So you have to support that claim before we move on. I wouldn't have budged a damn micrometer. You'd have been through. It's all over right here.
Move on. We can move on.
No, we can't move on, Sunshine. You have to support your claims or you're a village idiot. But he knows he can get away with it now. Why? Because Hammerhead down here, he's not paying attention. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably Googling himself, right? But he's not in the game.
There's a lot of people who say that Mickelson.
Why should I move on from that?
This is all.
Exactly. Why should Brian move on from your baseless assertion that wasn't supported? Why? Let's get that rationale.
You got.
No, this is. I'm not putting up with nonsense.
You could never. Can
he just label it as an opinion for now?
No, Sunshine. It's not his opinion. He said it was a fact. What the hell is going on here? Let's just label his baseless assertion an opinion and move on. No, he said it was a fact, so he has to support his facts. You get it, Hammerhead, dumbass. Now, I don't think you're this dumb. Now this brings other things into the mix. Right?
The thing is, these assertions, caveats, whatever, they're direct insults. So either back them up or you have to retract them as ad hom.
Yep.
You know, if you're moderating, dude, you can't just you can't mitigate and say, can we take it as what? Opinion that, and all the ad hom that's been put out there. You can't just bin it like that. And you're supposed to be moderating here. For supporting the other one, this is a terrible what's going off. Yep. There's absolutely no answering from Witsit. There's just straightforward insults. To the point, through your lack of moderation, that the whole topic's been turned on to insults of flat earth debate. And that's how good the moderation's been. Yeah? You don't even remember what the debate's about. It's been about something else. You're supposed to be modding this. That was your job. Second Witsit, first threw in that ad hom insult. Yeah? To deal with it.
Yep.
My critique.
Hey, Adam, that was right on point. That's what I was going to say. Unless he was being sarcastic, Hammer, asking, could you remind me again what the debate was about? That's something I could hear Nathan the QE asking because Whitson has taken it so sidetracked way off course, off the topic, that facetiously you come in and say, hey guys, could you tell me what the topic was about the thing? Because I think the prerequisite and the requisite of being a moderator and knowing what the topic is and staying on point and moderating the subject matter to be debated about, I think a lot of the people that's moderating aren't the best debaters themselves, maybe, and maybe they don't know how to decipher when it's going off course with ad homes and basis assertions and, you know, diversionary, you know, bull shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know.
Yeah. I don't know if you got the memo. You might not have been here, D Rose, but I want to keep the comments to a minimum, even though you're correct. If you're going to say something, make sure it's hyper concise. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir. My apologies.
No, you don't have to apologize. You weren't here for the beginning where I said that. So, but you're on point. Just try to make it more concise. If you do want to say anything, just limit the comments because we want to get out of here this century. All right, here we go.
We just move on.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we can't move on because he has a baseless assertion out there that needs supported. There, moderator. This isn't rocket surgery.
Okay, Austin's opinion. That's fine.
Is that fair?
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Brian, you shouldn't have done that. That's I know why you did it. You want to get on with the debate, but I think you made your point, but it's still allowing this Nancy fag to get away with it. Go ahead.
didn't feel I had
Go ahead.
much of a choice.
Go ahead. I'll allow a response because that deserved one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I knew at that point that the point had been made that he wasn't going to support it. So what I wanted to do was to actually get him to a point where he couldn't throw in those things and we could actually get to the things we're supposed to debate about. That's what I wanted to have happen. And I knew that wasn't going to happen if I kept on pushing it. Because I knew at that point either the moderator was inept or it was biased.
Bias. You got it. You're all over this, Brian. Yep. Good job. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm fine with opinions.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. So a lot of people call Mickelson Morley a parlor trick, and they say that
who are these people?
It doesn't have a naturally occurring phenomena, so
it doesn't. It's not natural science.
It's useless and it means nothing.
So you're going to have to support that it's useless and it means nothing. I've never said that. I know Brian or Adam hasn't said that. I don't think Nathan has said that. So you're going to support that horse shit? Or you just shitting in that one out too? We're on the same theme, guys. He can't get away from it.
And there's no reason for to talk about it because over here we only talk about science and we only talk about
Here we go. That's another. He's back to it again. He's a moron. Get him, Brian.
What we are.
Okay.
You're back at it again.
Yep, you're back at it again. Yep, he's caught you again. Let's see what happens here. I can't remember.
Why can't you just talk about Mickelson more?
I'm trying to.
You're not trying to. You just did the same thing that was in contention previously. You made another ad hom, you clown fuck. Oh, sorry, Betty.
See, this is what you do. You do
what? Say, was that somebody else or? I'm sorry. I'll continue.
Doing your best adding caveats. I know you're in game, right? And hopefully it will come out here tonight.
Oh, it's already come out. You're finished. He went right back to it. He went right back to the vomit, just like a dumbass dog. Go eat back at his own vomit. It did. He went right. The next statement out of his mouth was right back in it against FED. Can you believe that? You know why he did that? Because he knows that dumbass Hammerhead's not going to do anything about it. See that smile on his face? He knows it. Yep. That's why he did it. Yes, sir.
You have to probably stop interrupting.
Here he goes with his interrupting again. You're finished. You're done.
but you're just adding in caveats. Instead of talking about the thing you're supposed to be talking about, you're trying to say people say this and people do that. What has any of that got to do with your claims?
You probably have to let me make my point first, wouldn't you, to know
your point. That was your point, you dumbass. What the heck is going on here, man? I don't know. Don't tell me that we'll never get done. Okay, here we go.
what it has to do with stuff.
When you're not talking about the thing you're supposed to be talking about.
Are there people in here that actually
look at him now? He's pointing at chat. He's looking at chat. You can't make this stuff up, folks. He's a clown. This is pathetic, man. Go ahead, keep doing it. Loving it.
like amp this type of behavior? That's what's so great. Like, can I just
what? What the hell is he talking about? Who knows?
Just finish my point, and then I'll give you plenty of time to respond to it.
No, you can support what you just said again. Hold him to it, Brian.
In caveats and just make the point. Just talk about the thing you're supposed to be talking
I'm trying to.
I would be.
You're trying to. No, you just made the same claim. Idiot. What are you doing down here, moderator?
Oh, yeah, you just do that.
Okay. So a lot of people say that Mickelson Morley is just a parlor trick.
Here we go again. He's going to repeat it again, folks.
Okay. And they say that
okay,
that's not science and therefore it's not valuable. We don't need it or whatever.
Or whatever. That's why we love you. Your meticulous attention to excruciating detail. OCD like. Who are they? He can't get out of it. He just can't do it.
I disagree because they're highly precise, repeatable measurements that have been done millions of times.
Okay, show us one of those millions of times. Go ahead.
No, I just said millions. That's a joke.
He should have said billions. I want to see one of those millions of times. And then what does it mean? After you support your baseless assertion fallacy again, but you just went back to clean up your vomit? Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that.
And it's using interferometry, which is incredibly precise. And it should.
Yeah, you said that a number of times. Can you show that precision? I don't even think he knows what precision is. So show that. Show the measurements. And what does it mean after supporting your baseless assertion fallacies?
Shows that the light moves faster.
So we're back to moving faster when he says that there is no speed of light.
In the direction the sky moves, and it gets even faster when
says it again. How can something move faster when it doesn't have a speed? That's the question you got to ask yourself, folks. You'll be dumber for it.
You get closer to the sky, and it changes with the seasons throughout the year.
Okay, so let's say that we take that as read. What does that mean? Okay.
This actually refutes the globe model.
Whoa, wait a second. Globe model? It refutes it. What globe model? I've never seen a globe model. I know anyone around me's never seen it. It doesn't exist. So how can you refute something that doesn't exist?
The light cannot be doing that according to the globe model. So
back to the thing that doesn't exist.
It's a very important measurement that refutes the globe.
That refutes the globe. Show the measurement. And that's the only meaning of it? Don't you connect the measurement with some type of meaning and then show how it refutes the globe? Not the globe model, because that doesn't exist. That would be helpful.
To refute the globe, though, light has to have a speed again here, doesn't it?
Yes.
To support that argument. If you're going to make the suggestions of the Mickelson-Morley and rotation, and to do that, it can't be instantaneous, can it?
Nope.
No. So it finds here clearly that if you're going to cite that in support of whatever and tell me whatever it means, it does at least imply that if you're going to use mathematics to calculate this, you're going to calculate a speed of light.
Yes.
A difference.
But he's claimed that there is no speed of light on many occasions. I just played the audio earlier at the beginning of the show. I'll play it at the end of the show because I can't switch back and forth. Okay? So this is non sequitur. It's doublespeak and contradictory. But we still haven't forgot about those baseless assertions you haven't supported yet, by the way.
So before we get into why the light does that, or let's speculate about the ether, can we agree that it's ignorant to ignore objective measurements that refute the globe?
Well, first of all, we'd have to, what I'd say about that is the measurements you're talking about, we'd have to investigate what the measurement is and what is being measured.
Stop.
Right? That's number one.
Go ahead.
What a wanker question. Yeah? That's like a, can we ignore objective measurements that refute the globe? Yeah? Of course we fucking can. Yeah? Excuse my French. Of course we can. I've already refuted the globe. Yeah? If you're going to refute the globe with them, at least tell me what they mean. And how you... Yeah? Before I could answer that. Yeah? But it's such a nonsensical question.
Yep.
It's an emotive question. Yeah? Did I kill this child? It's very frustrating to listen to this. This is not a debate in any way. This is somebody just... It's like Jovos, isn't it, at your door?
Yep.
Doesn't really matter what you say back to them. The next bit of speak's coming out.
It's a boy crying a wolf.
Betty, you didn't call out Adam for his F-bomb. I think you're a little bit prejudiced towards just me onesie.
To be fair, I beat her to it. Didn't I?
Which thing I want to
Hold on a
I
second.
apologise for that. It's born out of frustration. This is very frustrating to listen to. It's one of the things I hate is non-genuine conversation. There's nothing productive here. Nothing good will come of this other than demonstrating who's genuine and who's not. Yeah, but it's other than that, there's no knowledge to come from this. When I'm not going to gain anything in terms of understanding ether. There's nothing being shared on the other side, is there?
Give me 1 second, guys.
One.
Yeah, that's way over, isn't it?
Wise ass.
You back? Or I was going to ask Brian a question.
Okay. I was just checking. You're going to have to shout out Super Chats because Betty has left.
She's muted herself.
Yes, I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know. I made a mention to Betty. She didn't say anything, so I figured something was up.
Well, it'll keep me quiet, but as far as I can see, there's nothing to shout out.
There was no objection. She's just feeling. She said she was feeling a little bit tired. So I got you. Fair enough. Just give me another moment.
Ask away, Adam.
You're very calm here.
Yeah, I get a little bit irate, or a little bit rebellious, let's just say. Maybe not irate, but rebellious. I expected it. I expected that type of a debate. You're not going to wait. All I'd say is this is the reason I charge for debates. Because this is what you get in this arena.
Yeah.
So you end up...
Brian, you are beautiful, Brian. You are beautiful.
Thanks, Neil.
But it was an absolute waste of your time, Brian. I see what you're saying.
Well, it wasn't a waste of time because we did get to a point. I did make my point throughout the debate because I made a claim a bit later. It comes up a bit later, and then it's supported later on in the debate. The last hour and a half, or maybe a little bit over, it's not too bad for people who just want to have something nice to listen to because we have more of a conversation at that point. But there's so much nonsense goes on between the start and that point you're talking 2 hours of basically argument. Before we get there, most people will never get to that part, the end of the debate, to listen to the end of what turns into just a conversation, simply because the first 2 hours are so toxic. You know, that kind of
Right,
way.
well, let me ask you another question. What did you learn? And I don't mean about them. I mean in terms of ether, Ethereum dynamics, anything like that. What did you learn? Because that's the only thing I'm really interested in. Was there, if you're going to engage in a conversation like this, is to garner some knowledge. Yeah? But because the rest of it is, I say, fair play. That's why I would charge heavily for my time to do that kind of crap. It's an absolute soul-sucking moment, isn't it? Really.
Yep, that's what it is. I'm back.
Imbecile nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah.
We ready to roll forward?
Well, no. Let Brian answer the question. Did you did you garner any knowledge?
I didn't learn that, and I already knew, and I validated something that I had long suspected. So there you go.
All right, here we go.
One. Number two is there is no evidence that it refutes anything until we know what is being measured and what is happening, and whether or not it's something that's tangible that we can actually use, because you don't know if it's just an effect within interferometry, which it likely is.
Oh, so you just said that we would need to.
Is it?
We would need
interferometry.
So you agree that you would need to investigate it first?
Yeah, why don't you get to it first, and then we'll investigate it. We've been waiting. We're at 25 minutes, and he hasn't shown any measurements or what they mean. Just horse shit. He thinks he's some, I don't know, linguistic god or something, some type of rapper. You're a moron. At a fundamental level, you're an idiot. That's what you've shown here so far.
First, but that you haven't done that, but that you don't know what the measurements are.
He doesn't have to do anything. It's your claim. My God. This is, I'm starting to get pissed. This is bullshit. This is just, like I said, it's like a second grade playground with this fucking moron.
But that you know it's probably just an effect with interferometry. Is that a good...
Sorry, go ahead, Adam.
This is where I'm at, you see. You know what I mean? Where are we now? We've got, what is ether, Brian asking? And we've got his Witser is decrying his lack of knowledge of the things that he might be able to or might not use to support his description that he's not yet made. If you had some claim, then make it, please. But this is all there is, isn't there? It's just supposition and sophistry and nonsense and ad hom for the most part of it.
Yeah. Elmer Fudd sophistry. That's what it is. Exactly. You pinpointed it.
Good summary.
There's an example in the live stream.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Somebody said something?
Oh, there's a guy, there's a guy who's been watching your stream since it began. We've been watching 20 minutes of this, whatever this is. And the person says, so what is the ether claim exactly? Question mark.
Well, we've been here for a year and we still haven't got, oh, yes, we did. It's an interpretive framework. There you go.
Well, yeah. Just a word of advice, regardless of whose side anybody is on. When you're there to present your position, just present your position as efficiently as possible in the beginning.
Yeah,
That's a very succinct way of describing my frustration, AI. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
It's your claim, and I'm looking for you to tell me tonight all about the measurements. What's been measured, what the measurements are.
Okay.
So do you agree the measurements are hits on a plate over time? Quantum.
It's not over time. It's about how quickly the
hits on a plate over time. That's what it is. Let me go back. Listen to this. He said it's not. It's not about hits on a plate over time. Listen closely.
Quantum.
It's not over time. It's about how quickly the light gets to the.
It's how quickly the light gets to. Well, that's speed. That's over time. Oh my God, man. What a numpty. You can't make this up, folks.
But that's your baseline. Time is your baseline.
It's about how quickly it gets to the plate. So it's related to time. It's not a.
So it's related to time, but it's not about time.
What do
about
you
what they
use,
do.
Stuart, to differentiate how quick something is?
There he is, folks.
I can't remember it.
I can't believe this, man. You know what? It didn't hit me. This is going to be another clip. I gotta do another.
This is somebody pissing in your face. Is the phrase here? Yeah. I can say, sorry. It's not about time. It's about how quickly. That is literally like the definition of why we hate politicians. Shame on you, Witsit. Shame on you, bro.
Yeah, there you go,
You're a
folks.
fraud, aren't you, son?
Yep, you're seeing it right here live, folks. Yep, here we go.
Overtime. It's about the fact that one light beam gets to the receiver faster than the other light beam.
Yeah, faster. Yeah, that's over
faster.
Let's continue. Hopefully this ends.
And the light beam that gets there the fastest is always in a specific direction, and it changes and increases with altitude, and it changes throughout the year. How can that just be interferometry error?
So are you saying that it's not, that the measurement, because a measurement needs a baseline. You understand that? You understand measurement needs a baseline. Are you saying that the measurement you're talking about, that you're claiming as a measurement, the baseline of that measurement is not time?
We are using time, yeah.
So we're not using time, but now we're using time. Yeah. Good job, double speaker. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's another one. That's another one. I got a quite a large library of them now.
Why would that even be a concession?
Don't know.
You didn't want to make in the first place. I just, it's intellectually benign, isn't it?
That's perfect.
Because it involves speed. That's why you didn't want to concede it.
No. Say that one more time, Adam.
It's intellectually benign. That.
That's the perfect description of this Nancy fag. He's intellectually benign. I couldn't have said that better myself. In fact, I think I did already say that. That's mine. It's copyrighted.
No. Brian said, here, next week, insult Witsit like this. To be fair.
Perfect, Adam. Thank you. Thank you for that.
So hits on a plate over time.
It's not about what it does over time. It's
not about what it does over time. So it isn't about overtime. Yes, it is. It has to do with overtime. And again, it's not overtime. Yep. Unbelievable.
It's about how much time it takes to get there, period. Not about what it does over time.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, folks. Hopefully this part ends quick. It is so painful.
It's on a plate.
So whatever, pedantic, sure.
Yeah.
Pedantic. You think that saves your dumb ass? Pedantic. No, you're a dumb bug. That's it. Unbelievable.
So
are you going to address the measurement?
What measurement? You haven't provided any measurements yet. Why would you ask him to address the measurements when you haven't provided anything yet? Just hyperbole. Just hyperbole. That's it. You're a clown, sir.
What measurement? What happened?
Good point. What measurement?
Trying to ascertain what this thing is.
the light beam gets to the receiver faster in a specific direction.
I'm trying to get more detail.
That was my point. It's 2023, and you guys don't even know what Michelson.
Now he's back to you guys. There's other people in the room. We guys don't even understand Michelson Morley. We're waiting on your measurement. Is this like an incoherent red herring fallacy away of what you don't got? Didn't you hear what he said?
2015.
Huh?
This is 2015 argument that the ballers first presented as, oh, you guys just don't understand. Then you understand this experiment. Then you understand this. They're not experiments. Yeah. This is a 2015 baller argument or rebuttal or non-rebuttal.
Right.
I should say. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really piss poor week.
Yeah, it's intellectually benign.
Nothing to back anything up other than you don't, you are.
Yep. You guys.
Yeah.
Morley
Over a minute. How many hits on the plate over a minute?
It's not about what it does over a minute. You're like confusing it with the double slit experiment or something. Like we're not talking about that. We're talking.
What? How did it? What?
See? It's not. No, instead of addressing time, you guys are confusing it with the what? Confusing what? Speed? How quickly it gets there? Is that what they are in the column at the top of it? How quickly it got there, and they wrote numbers underneath.
This
is this guy trying? Yeah,
it's bizarre. That's what this is. Bizarre.
On another note, no more. On another note, no more tie-dye onesies with it.
Right,
we don't want to see you walking around with tie-dye onesies.
Talking about Michelson Morley.
Interferometry, right, uses the two-way speed light calculation. That's based on how much over time.
Okay, yes. So
yeah.
It is.
So yes. So now yes, again it is.
Bro.
Do you see the hesitation? Bro, you're finished. You're a tard.
Do you understand that what happens is they shoot light beams perpendicular to each other?
Yep. Bro. Unbelievable.
Then they come and reflect and recombine in the center. And then they get redirected back to a receiver. Okay? The light beams don't get to the receiver at the same time. And
time?
The one that gets there first is always the light beam that was shot in a specific direction. So if I turn the orientation 90.
Turn the orientation? Is that a bit redundant? How about change the orientation? How about that?
Degrees, that light beam doesn't get there first anymore. So it can't just be the instrument's error. It's relative to a specific direction every time it's been done millions of times.
Every time it's been done millions of times. Okay, so give us, this is like for the 35th time. Show the results, share your screen, show the results, and then give us the meaning.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That is genuinely what we started with, isn't it? Well, what does that's lovely because we are aware of the Michelson Morley and interferometry, yeah. But what are you saying that means? Because you can keep saying it, and I don't think anyone's going to disagree with it.
Nope.
What does it mean?
I listen. We've been going for 26 minutes. I don't think it's going to happen.
Brian, does it happen?
Does it happen, Brian?
Come on.
Does what happen exactly, Adam? Would you define what the open?
Does he tell us what the Michelson Morley means? Why it's so significant? Why he talks about it so much? Why you should know more about it, right? Does he actually tell
Not
us
any more
why?
than he already has. He doesn't elaborate more than he already has.
Elaborate more than he already has. He hasn't has yet. There's no elaboration on non-has.
We don't find out what it means.
Not really, no, not really. You know he's alluding to an ether type belief, but he doesn't state it clearly what it all means. He's more instead of stating it proves ether, he's more pointing to it being something that debunks heliocentrism.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right.
Why? How? How does it debunk heliocentrism?
He just told you. It does.
Without a meaning.
He doesn't give a meaning. He just told you.
Yeah, it's more of an elaboration. I can't really... I'm trying to make stuff up here, and there's no point in doing that.
No.
He basically didn't say any more than he always says concerning it, if you understand. No new information, no more depth, if you understand. Really.
Just to extra, it appears to be that because there's this drift a certain way, that the Earth can't be rotating. Wouldn't the ether be rotating faster and negate, giving not a net zero, but an ether drift zero that they pick up?
Don't give him anything.
I'm not giving him anything. I'm taking away his thing that he apparently, what it means, which is it destroys a heliocentric ball Earth. I'm suggesting that might not be the case. He might have just miscalculated his rate of ether drift and not offset it against the ball.
Oh, brother. Let me continue.
Splits a laser or whatever, has lasers going in two different directions, but one travels further than the other.
No, they don't travel further than the other. No.
That's the bit. Honeywell, if you read up on Honeywell, what they say about their ring laser gyros is that one, right? They claim, this is what they claim, is that one laser travels further than the other, creating an interference pattern.
Hey, bro, we're not talking about ring laser gyros. We're talking about the Michelson.
Interferometry. That is interferometry. Interferometry.
It's a different setup. It's a totally different setup.
Either. Well, it's not. It's still interferometry, Austin.
Okay.
Or it's not.
Okay, so a turkey sandwich and a ham sandwich are still the same thing because they both have bread. They're different setups. They're different setups.
What in the world is going on here? I have no idea. I really don't.
might say something quick on that if you don't.
Really quick.
Yeah, I bring up ring laser gyros, and he doesn't want to talk about them because he knows why I want to bring them up.
Yeah.
Which is because they're in airplanes.
Is that why we're on
sandwiches? On a plate is still talky. Your claim is interferometry, right?
You just have to red herring to ring laser gyros.
It's not a red herring, Austin. Your claim is interferometry.
Really, what's the difference in the Michelson-Morley and a ring laser gyro? Do you know?
You tell me.
Look how cocky he thinks. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips, and he's a dumb fuck. Can we get? I just want to get to the actual measurements, what they are, and their meaning. That's all we want for 28 minutes now. Unbelievable.
So why are you pretending it's the same thing when you admittedly don't even know?
It's interferometry. Both are using interferometry.
But it's doing different things with the interferometry, and you don't even know what it does, but you know that it's somehow useless or something.
Did I say any of those things?
What?
Yeah, you said that.
He didn't say it was useless. Unbelievable.
It doesn't matter. It's probably just a mistake with interferometers, and that it's traveling a greater distance.
I said you'd have to ascertain whether what's happening is just an effect that's happening within interferometry and not something that's actually happening.
Why would it just be an effect with an interferometry that is specific to direction?
Don't know. We haven't seen the results yet. After we see the results, we'll take a look, and then we'll give you the answer. But we can't do anything until you give us the results.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. No. Result. I want to know what the results mean first. What am I reading? What am I measuring? Is it just because if it's just light, that's fine. If the admission is it's just light and the crazy shit it does, that's all I'm detecting. That seems to be the starting point. I'd happily get to. Yeah, it's been done millions of times. This crazy shit that light does over the seasons and altitude in ring laser gyros or fog gyro, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're just arguing over the minor details. I want to see the results first and then the meaning. You want to know the meaning. Fair enough.
I want to know the meaning of the result. What am I measuring? Yeah.
Yes.
Huh?
I don't know. This is what I'm trying to find out. What is your claim? Because you are trying to.
That's exactly right, Brian. You're right on it.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to separate yourself from ring laser gyros, which are also interferometry. So if something is happening within the Michelson-Morley, right, in a demonstration, then the same effects must be observed in ring laser gyros.
It's a different setup. So in Michelson-Morley, they had the stones floating on Mercury with a rotating table with a perpendicular setup of light beams. Okay, they intersected, and oh yes, that's what Michelson-Morley is. This is the problem I was saying earlier.
It's not the problem. You have to demonstrate your claim, not him.
He's not even got halfway through demonstrating his claim and the difference and why it makes a difference, which is clearly missed Brian's point, I think. Yeah, before he's gone in, this is the problem with you guys.
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
I want your explanation, son, not another issue that you think I've got.
Which with you, there are many.
Earlier,
I didn't say
you guys don't.
Hey, nobody's. Yeah. It would be nice to have an explanation rather than I don't know, psychological appraisal or constant critique.
Yes.
Concern, maybe. It might just be concern about me, which is why he talks so much about us, you know.
Yes.
Refers to individuals in the multiple. But sorry. Carry on.
Thank you.
Don't even know what the test is. How are you going to tell us we can't talk about it? The light gets to.
Who's telling you can't talk? Here we go again.
He just had the chance to talk about it, and then he stopped talking about it and talked about us.
Yep, Brian. I don't know how you made it this far, man. I would have come through this wall right here. I would have breached this, and bad things would have happened.
To the receiver.
Talk about it. No one said that.
Yes, no one said that you can't talk about it. Now, are you gonna support that claim? Here we go again. Let's see what he says.
The light gets to the receiver.
I'll clear that up now. What was said was that you can't go around making claims of things existing that you don't have evidence for. You can't be calling them science. That's what we said. We didn't say people can't talk about them because people on your side of the fence, right, did go around claiming they were science. Bob, before he died, Bob was on a Netflix documentary. Hang on, Bob was on a Netflix documentary that was seen by millions of people where he made claims concerning interferometry with a fog gyro that they're after measuring a drift. And he said he believed it was the ether. And he also said that there was science for ether. This is the problem. This is what we are. This is what we.
Bob died. Did you know that?
What?
Bob's dead.
Holy shit! Is that true, Whitset? QE. Apparently, according to Whitset, Bob's dead.
Yeah, according to Whitset, he is. That had so much relevance to what Brian just said.
What a shithouse.
Yep.
Right. What an absolute shithouse of a person to do that to Cammy.
Yeah.
All of us, when we discuss Bob and his legacy, have respect for it. What a wanker to behave like that and use his name like that as just a straight attack, and not in a nice way. Bob's dead, don't you know? Oh, really? You're just using that as a
that's like somebody saying.
That's just
that's like somebody saying, Dr. King is dead. You know that, right? Don't talk about him on January 15th.
If you knew Dr. King and his family, professed to be their friends, why would you use that as a weapon? That is just low, mate. That is just
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
irrelevant. I mean, Brian just stated a couple facts that everyone knows is true. It's not a slight against Bob. It's what he said. That's what he did. What's the big deal? I don't get it.
I'm on about
Dead.
what Witsid said and the respect to his makeup of a man. What kind of a person he is, what kind of integrity he has, is what I'm aghast at there.
Yep.
That's why,
I got it.
That's disrespectful.
Yep.
He played himself. He played himself.
So why?
Hey, easy with the color commentaries. Remember what I said.
Still talking about what he said on a GlowBusters stream.
How does that change anything? Your legacy is your legacy. But Bob,
Why are you talking about someone that passed away?
He's not. He's saying what Bob said to make a point. But you're trying to divert away with this weasel technique, right? Yeah, you are. You're through.
Hey.
Leave me finish my point. This is something that's been the problem we've had with it, is that claiming science for this type of thing, or claiming this thing was science in any way, even if you didn't, other people did on your side. Now, the point is that we have a problem with that, and we have a problem with people saying things exist without having evidence for them existing, right? Whatever is going on, there isn't a natural phenomenon for this stuff outside of interferometry. So our point is not that you can't, no one said anyone can't, never has that been said. You're not allowed, how could I tell someone what they can and can't talk about? Nobody can say that. So that never happened. But we did point out the problems with what was being said about it. Now, you spent enough time.
That was very well said. Very well articulated, Brian. Yep. What do you got to say to that? We'll see.
Right? Learning about the scientific method, being on Discord with QE and the lads, and you knew, because you knew what scientific method was, you knew what science was, yet you didn't correct people on your own side. Now, you should have corrected people in the background on your own side. They said, pull them aside, look, this is wrong, we can't
Are
do
you
this.
done?
Instead of going against us. Well,
okay.
Why you interrupted him?
Fundy muter.
Why you interrupted him? Dumbass. Unbelievable. You contradictory knucklehead.
I wouldn't be saying anything.
This is boring.
Are you?
Oh, so now he's going to give a colored commentary of this is boring. Not that people that are watching this, they're watching you get exposed larger than Mae West, and you're doing it all by yourself, all by your onesie. Thank you very much for this.
Are you done? Are you done?
You're sitting here talking about people that aren't here.
Are you done with trying to?
Yeah. He's sitting here talking about people that are not here after he spent nearly 30 minutes of talking about Fed members that are not here. Can you believe that? What? This is intellectually benign and incoherent. And he's not talking about anything that, like, he's made up. He has stated what Bob has said. Everyone heard him say that. It wasn't bad, right? He's just stating facts. No emotional appeals whatsoever. Just what Bob said and did. You got Deuce 7 offsuit, sunshine, and you're showing it right now. I call all in. Idiot.
To make the claim that we are trying to tell you what you can and cannot talk about.
Well, you were very unsuccessul. You have 57 people watch you guys, but this.
Here we go. Unbelievable.
You know when he talked about play button, what they record. Listen to Jaron. This is the same rhetoric that comes from these people. Why? Because actually there's no rebuttal. What do we get? Another ad hom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're infatuated with their numbers, baby. Number one, it's an ad populum fallacy, a logical fallacy, Mr. Logic. Another one again, and no one cares. Who are what? What 57 people can you show? The 57 is he talking about during this video? Is that what he's talking about? During the Asylum's broadcast? Who knows? It's meaningless anyway. Irrelevant.
This is not really the point, though. Don't interrupt me. Immediately, I knew you were going to interrupt me.
Why? You interrupted him.
I knew you were going to interrupt.
Your basis is consensus.
Who are you, Gene Dixon?
So you agree the only way that you can debate is to interrupt me?
No.
Oh, my God. Number one, this isn't a debate. This is somebody strapping your dumb ass and titling you intellectually benign, who has the intellectual and emotional maturity of a second grader. That's what he's doing here. In spades. You're through.
No, I'm not leaving you off with anything.
You just monologued, though.
Your basis is
He charges others with monologuing. This is tantamount to Pol Pot charging the Dalai Lama as a genocidal maniac. Too funny. Nice move. Thanks for that. Unbelievable.
Before you play.
I didn't mention 50.
Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. It's from the Senpo or Senpai. The Senpai. That's childish, bro. Shame on Witsit.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I go further, like I say, fundamentally there. And he tried to turn it on Brian. I'm glad he's moved on. That's disrespectful. That's not childish. That is just sheer disrespect that he demonstrated there. To try and turn the argument and use that. And use it against Brian. And I think as QE said, and as I said, Bob has a legacy. It is to be referred to. Yeah? There's good bits, there's bad bits, yeah? Yeah? There's bits we'll agree with, there's bits we'll disagree with. Doesn't mean you can't refer to them, but to turn around and to try and win an argument in a way like that, that's what I call shameful.
Yep. What else was going to happen?
57 people.
You started talking about globe busters, right? And I want to point this out. Don't interrupt every.
No, he didn't talk about globe busters. He was talking about what Bob had said. One person.
Time I speak, dude, you're a grown man, Brian.
Oh, brother.
You're a grown man. Stop interrupting me.
We were telling you.
And there are people in the chat that are going to like actually.
Look, and now he's all concerned with people in the chat. This is just feeble diversion. Not paying any attention. You know what you need? You need Adderall drip. That would probably help out here. Idiot.
Actually, like amp this up. Like somehow you're beating me in the debate.
He is so concerned. Go ahead, Adam.
We're now in justification debate. Yeah, it's just he said this is where he's happy to go. Yeah, because it's just nonsense drivel. You might win a point in the drivel. Brilliant. What we're here for? But now we're in justification mode, aren't we? And just more ad hom.
Yep.
Oh, Brian, how did you go on for basically another 3 hours?
Don't know.
Play, bro.
Don't know. He's just showing his, like I said, the intellectual and emotional maturity of a second grader. He's all concerned with beating people in debate. You couldn't beat Little Miss Muffet, you dumbass. Right? All you do is go on the idiot modern day debate and baseless assertion fallacy after baseless assertion fallacy with abject retard, sunshine. Get a grip. Now you're in the big leagues and you get your ass handed to you, as you should.
You said that we
stop interrupting.
This is all he's got. This is all he's got. We'll stop interrupting you when you cease from your baseless assertion after baseless assertion after contradiction. That's when we'll cease interrupting you. Until then, you will get interrupted every single time one of those idiot things come flowing out of your blowhole. Are we clear? Are we clear?
People, what you could not talk about. That's a lie.
See, this is what you have to do. This is like how Oakley has to.
Now we're on to what Oakley has to do. Just nonsense. Get him, Brian.
Straight on that, and I'm trying to tell
Are you guys seeing
and
this?
You don't want to hear it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't want-
Oh, yeah, we're seeing it all right. Yeah, everyone's seeing this. Don't you worry about that. You'll be feeling the reverberations of this for some time.
People hearing the truth. That's what's wrong with you.
I let you finish what you were saying.
I know exactly what you're up to.
I let you finish. I let you finish what you were saying. You monologued.
No, you didn't. You tried to
Look at him. Every time I speak, you're terrified.
What you were trying to say.
Yeah, we're shaking in our boots. In fact, I think Brian had a regimen or a regime of horse tranquilizers for the previous 2 days, so because he was just shaking uncontrollably. Idiot clown.
You're terrified.
He's terrified. This is all he's got, folks. It doesn't look like Brian's terrified. You're delusional. It's called delusions of grandeur.
Say that we're telling people.
Austin's interrupting more.
Look, right? Straight interruption with a comment from chat. He's not even paying attention to what Brian's saying. You bozo. He doesn't even
when you know
realize.
you're losing a debate. Look, where is he now appealing to?
Chat.
He's not. He knows he's gone in the debate.
Yep.
Look at what he's got as his neck. It's to appeal to chat.
Yep.
You're in a debate, son. What are you doing? There's a moderator in there. If apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's what they're there for. You've not had to appeal anywhere else, and now you're running to chat. Yep. The distraction. Fair enough. It's just, preponderance of evidence is not in your favour, Whitset, in terms of your behaviour, is it? And your responses, fundamentally.
Nope. Deuce 7 offsuit after Deuce 7 offsuit. Thanks for laying your cards down on the table every single time for my audience to see. Appreciate that. I've been trying to tell them for at least a year and a half now.
More than Brian, to be fair. That's how I know Sleeping Warrior's a liar.
Now Sleeping Warrior all of a sudden comes into this. Why? he's bouncing off the walls. I think he needs a central line of Adderall. They need to start pushing that shit. He's done for. It's all over. He's in a spiral. A gamma spiral is what this is, folks.
People,
you guys are like,
look at him.
A cult.
You guys are in a cult. What guys? Where's the other guys here? It's only Brian. That's all you got? Just flailing, baseless assertion fallacies and ad homs. That's all you got. Clown. Thank you. Another Deuce 7 offsuit.
People that we're telling you.
By the way, we already know that you have that. With every single topic. We already know that. Just to let you know.
And other people that you can't talk about that. We've never said that. I was clearing up what was actually happening. And what your responsibility was in it that you never stood up and dealt with. You never did it. It was your responsibility to do it. You knew better and you didn't do it.
Look at Brian pointing the finger at him. Do you see that? Let me go back. I like that. Watch it.
Dealt with. You never did it. It was your responsibility to do it. You knew.
Yeah, right there. Your responsibility. Yeah. Get him, Brian.
You knew better and you didn't do it.
Hey, am I going to be able to talk?
Lately, you didn't do it.
You're not going to stop interrupting me, are you?
Brian was talking, not you. He's delusional. That's it.
I was gonna step in right there.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Now the moderator's gonna get involved. Where you been? Googling yourself.
Stop. Hang on 1 second, Hammer. I'm not going to stop.
He's not done. He wants to monologue for 10 more minutes.
Now he's trying to get you to support your baseless claim. That's all. He's been trying to do that the whole time. But you know that the moderators got your back, so you can do whatever you want. You start flailing now, right?
If you're going to be putting in bullshit, then I'm going to address it. So this whole 2 hours, or whatever, is going to be me addressing your bullshit. That's if you want that.
What the hell do you got on? What the hell? Hold on. What the hell is this shit? Who dresses you? Roger Rabbit? That what?
No, I reckon I could rock that outfit.
You can rock that. OMG, dude. Now, listen, I'm not usually, superficial like that, but you got to give me a break. You can't stand up with that shit on and expect me not to deal with it. Or did you do that on purpose, knowing that I'd be reviewing this video and then charge me with being superficial? You're not that fucking smart.
But he didn't know I was going to like it. So,
Oh my God, dude. So he just gets up and walks away because his goose is cooked. Brian's got him. It's over. That's it. What?
Is that an official rage quit? Did you perceive that as a rage quit, Brian? Are you thinking, oh shit, he's off?
Brian. Is Brian here or no?
He's there, but obviously can't get to his phone.
Sorry,
And
my hands were wet. I'm sorry, my hands were
Brian, you're roboting. Drop out and come back in again, sir. Brian.
Wash my hands.
Brian. Brian. Drop out.
I just perceived it as just him leaving.
All right. Hold on, folks. We got issues.
while you've got issues, I've got a super chat. So.
Go ahead, sir.
Lumpy gas in a vacuum. This is fun for sure. Thanks. Right, cheers, Lumpy gas. Yeah. I don't know if it's fun.
It's not fun.
I'm not really enjoying it. It's bloody painful and frustrating. Like I say, what are you learning? What are you learning? Really? Oh, there's a couple of things you're learning, aren't there?
Yeah. Listen, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I'm sick of it. I've had my fill.
Well, let Brian answer the question. Brian, you back?
Can you hear me now? Am I coming in better?
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. So, at that point, are you thinking he's rage quit? Because that's what I don't know if he's like suddenly gone, shit, I've got juvenile incontinence or something. I don't know what that urgency was all about. I would perceive that as a rage quit. Is that what you're thinking at this point?
I saw it more of someone leaving the scene of a crime. That's how I viewed it at the time.
That is so right. You're right. You're rocking it, Brian. You're exactly right. I couldn't have stated that better myself. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It gets a bit worse when he comes back because I get a bit more rebellious. I don't know if you could call it irate, but rebellious against the moderator as well because I had enough at that point.
Are you wanting me to continue this?
Oh God, no.
Well, you could give it a couple of minutes, but if it doesn't come up fast, then
okay.
You don't worry about it. But it does get more juicy.
That's reasonable. Then I'll do that. Couple more minutes, folks, because I've had it.
I'm off for wine.
Yeah.
He's gone off. He might as well stay gone off because all he's doing is throwing in caveats and throwing in bullshit that isn't true. I'm trying to tell the audience what the truth of it is, and he doesn't want me telling the audience that. And all he can come back at me with is you only have 57 watchers, live watchers. Like, who cares if there's only one live watcher?
Big shout out to those 50. I see 52 right now, but to be fair, we are broadcasting to other channels.
What does that have to do with anything? Why don't you get involved, moderator, in this debate and support Shits at 40, his new name. I dropped his IQ 20 more points. Shits at 40 to support his baseless claims. It's just that easy, moderator. You're not doing your job. This is a fiasco on your part. I mean, this is one fiasco up here, which Shits at 40, but there is another fiasco here, and that is you, sir. So if anyone gets in touch with Hammer, tell him I got an issue with him.
And big shout out to all the
chat there, Kiwi.
Go ahead.
The super chat from Original D-Rose. Thank you, sir. Wits, shit, himself debates like a crooked politician. Thank you, D-Rose.
It's not even that, because at least crooked politicians have some semblance of at least a little bit of coherency. You know, a point connected to another. It's been a while since I listened to politicians, so maybe that's not true. Back in the day, at least.
Fair analogy. There's often very no connect between the question and the answer.
Yeah.
And that seems to have been apparent tonight.
Yeah.
Them that is broadcasting. I apologize. I don't have the exact list. I'm assuming MMN is broadcasting it. Big shout out to them.
Who cares about what list? Who cares about that? Get involved. Do your job, sir.
Them. And
you got to be kidding me. Roger Wabbit.
Everybody else, a big thank you and welcome. Yeah. You know.
Are you done interrupting?
The first thing he says, "Are you done interrupting?" Look at him. What a doofus.
I can only do. Yep. All right.
Are you done stopping the truth?
Well, you're the one that's not letting the other
Are
person
you done
speak.
stopping the truth? Simple question.
I don't stop the truth, brother.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All
You
right.
tried to
All
tell a
right.
lie a while back.
So-
You keep on trying to tell lies.
I like Brian pointing at him. you do love it.
Where did we lose track? Where did we lose?
We lost track at his baseless assertion fallacy after baseless assertion fallacy that he didn't support, and you let him go. That's where we're at.
He's bringing this personal nonsense into it.
They have no control, dude.
Yep, interrupting him, giving his idiot color commentary of what's happening, getting his ass shredded. Yeah, keep on smiling, Nancy.
He's not staying on track because he knows when he wants to. When we actually go into what's actually happening in interferometry, that he won't really have a leg to stand on. He knows that.
That's probably why you have to interrupt me so much.
Yeah, that's why he's interrupting. No, he's interrupting because he's asking you for support of your baseless assertion fallacies. Remember that.
Is that where we left off? Is that where this got really?
Well, Brian, this is what. See, this is the thing, Hammer. Just to understand, you gotta know what happens, right? So they are in.
You gotta know what happens. Here comes another. Look at this frigging weasel. He's gonna start talking about FED again. You know why he's gonna do that, Hammer? Because you're allowing it. I'm shocked his arm doesn't fall off.
In this like room where they don't let anyone speak.
Yeah. So like we're in this room where they don't allow anyone to speak. He's delusionary. What in the world is that? I don't know. This is starting to get scary.
When they leave the room, when they leave the room, they don't know how to act because they normally don't let the other person get their point out.
Jesus. I don't know, Brian. I'm going to have to stop this at some point very soon.
So impulsively.
You were on the show this week, 2 different days. You were given loads of chance to talk.
Instinctively, they have to shut the other person.
Jesus. Brian, is this enough?
Just another couple of minutes, and I'd say that was
Oh
due
my
then.
God.
And down, right? And that's what
You
Globers
have to
do.
talk rubbish. You need lies and caveats.
They're
That's
asking me
on
to
the law.
remind them to be amicable and intellectual. That's
Yeah, amicable. He needs to start supporting his baseless assertions. Shit. Duh.
what they're asking me to remind you. Yeah, I mean, the disagreement somewhere was happening with the interferometry.
No, the disagreement. There wasn't a disagreement. It was a request to support his baseless assertions. Look at him smiling because he knows you got his back. That's what's happening here. Fucking weasel.
I'm gonna
I'm
totally
happy
mispronounce that. I apologize. So, I mean, Witsit was saying something like there's a difference between the ring
Okay,
using
one second.
gyro and
Moderator, Amar,
yes, sir.
one moment.
He's even interrupting the moderator. You have no self-control.
I don't.
He has to because he's not doing his job.
I have to do this. Right? You're putting me in this position. You know that you're bringing it to what it is now. You brought it here. I didn't bring it here. Moderator, what's going on here is instead of talking about the thing he's supposed to be talking about, he's throwing in little caveats, personal things, and things to do with FED that aren't true, trying to win over the audience dishonestly. And I'm not putting up with it. So if he stops doing that stupid nonsense,
Well, we can't control what the audience does or doesn't.
What the hell are you talking about? What the audience does? He's not talking about the damn audience. What the hell is your malfunction? Now, go get him or bring his ass in here. Somebody go get him. What the hell are you talking about? Talking about the audience, he just explained it to you. Baseless assertion fallacy after baseless assertion fallacy. They're damn lies, and he hasn't supported them. That's what we're talking about, not the damn audience. My word, sir.
Does not
it's
think.
not the audience.
I try to.
The audience not the problem. The problem is not the audience. So you're not.
Can't even let the moderator talk. You have a literal
You're not
problem.
addressing the problem.
Oh, gee, Brian.
The problem is that Witsit keeps on bringing in nonsense. And I gave you the opportunity earlier on. I'll give you what time is it now? It's 11:48 for me. So I'll give you till 10 past the next hour to come up with evidence of what you're talking about. That's 20 minutes. I'll wait 20 minutes. You support your claims concerning FED. Get audio, video, or written word.
Don't hold your breath. Look at him smiling. He doesn't have to. He's got the moderator. The moderator will save him. He doesn't have to support anything he says. I'm about done with this, Brian.
Let's see it. I'm okay about it. Whenever
I think it's crazy. Like if there are people that like watch this and they're like, "Yeah, Brian, get him," you know, it's just how you know it's a cult.
It's you support your claims, Oscar.
Because it's over. You're talking an hour and a half to 2 hours of this before we ever get to any topic, really.
Yeah, it's over.
And
I'm
even
done
at
with
that, it's only conversational. We never get into. We never go the direction it should have gone. If you understand what I mean. If we just have been on the topic side, a load of different arguments that never happened.
Yep.
But he does support what I hold him to in a few minutes. I accuse him of something in a few minutes. He denies it, and then he supports. He actually literally admits it towards the end of the debate. But that's a long way away.
Yeah, we're not going to get there because I'm finished with it. I went on 25 minutes too long. That's it. That's it, folks. There you go. I don't know why you need any more. You do. You shouldn't be out here. Seek personal.
I would say that was about right. It felt too long going through it, but but no, we saw Witsit rage quit, and we've seen, and I haven't watched this, and then I've seen the moderator not mod, and I'm not in anything that, excuse me, other than not recognizing the situation. I don't want to cast any more aspersions of that, but it's terrible modding. Just ad hom after ad hom about other people. If Brian had every other thing and had said in your mom, and your mom, and your mom, and your sister, that's what was going off for that. That was ridiculous. and should have been dealt with.
Yep.
I end up basically telling the moderator to be quiet at times. That's where I end up in a few minutes after that. I end up telling, because it was obvious that I was dealing with two people, not one. You know what I mean? The moderator was obviously biased, and not like literally trying to charge me with bringing up topics that I didn't bring up. You know, kind of that's not on topic stuff. It's like, well, don't tell me, tell him. He's bringing it up. You know, so
Exactly. That's what I was saying. It was a waste of your time, Brian. Because when I saw that part, I stopped watching. Because out of all of that you said, the only thing he got was, we can't control what the audience thinks. That is the most numbskull response of a moderator. He should have, what you were trying to tell him was, you need to stop Witsit from saying what he's saying and stick to the topic and what we're here for, and stop throwing these little nitpick calling name things and all these accusations and all this other stuff totally irrelevant from the topic. You know, because you're influencing the audience. She's trying to impress the audience. And he responds, I can't help what the audience does.
That's not
Well,
the
it's some
analogy,
bullshit.
is it? It's a bit like a referee. If you let foul after foul after foul go, there's no point pulling out a yellow card in the 89th minute. You know, you need to declare what is a foul. That's what I say. A lot of learning there. I don't want to take it any further than that. There's no need to call anybody into anything other than that, than pointing out what a crap job they did.
Super chat.
Well,
Super chat. Hold on. This is going to be a good one.
Okay. You've obviously read it. Nikolai Blue Jacket. YouTube subscription check. Witsit 25,000.9. And growing, while QE and Nathan combined is 13.78 and declining. And just remember that. Maybe consider being less negative, guys. It could only help. Yeah, suck up to people, right? Or suffer. Yeah, cook, boys, cook. Sorry, I added that bit at the end. Thank you very much, Nikolai Blue Jacket.
Appreciate the super chat. Oh, thanks, James. Oh, James, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, so James Mays. QE, I'm out. Peace. Your fingers.
To you too, sir.
Oh, another one. Getting hot in here. Such a shit low rate channel. Unitox Femo, $2 super. And who's trying to interrupt a super chat? Certain rules.
I got him.
Unitox Femo. Chat. Ego, pride, and glory. Life is miracle. Thanks, Unitox. Over. I think I'm done. I'm done super chatting yet. You there, QE?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Where were we?
If you listened on to that afterwards, Adam, you'd hear more from the moderator and you'd understand why my opinions were made up about him. Because I have to literally tell him to be quiet.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I'm here to discuss, as you were, ether, photons, fine, yeah, and the electrostatics, if that's what you want, yeah. If those things are involved in ether, I don't know if they've got anything to do with it, to be honest. I'm yet to find out. But if they were involved, then I'd probably discuss them afterwards. But I was interested in ether, and not, you know, I'll give it a little opinion, but it's only worth a small cursory comment at performance level. It was bad, Brian. It didn't help you. That's all I'd say. You know what I mean? You still did a great job, mate. And as you were showing there, you're having to educate the moderator on what their role was, which was disappointing, I think. But other than that, look, I think we can all agree. Crap job done.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the points I made to him towards the end, which is a point he didn't. I don't know if he knew it, but I felt he might have known it at the start, was that if this is an effect, these effects you're talking about, before we go any further with these things, if these things are actually happening in the Michelson-Morley type setups, then they have to be happening in all other interferometry, which means they have to be happening for an airplane that's going from 0 elevation or ground level up to 6 miles up in the altitude in the sky. They're going in all different directions from all different airports, crisscrossing. So there has to be an accumulated effect that aerospace would have to notice if this was something that was noticeable or important. Now, that's one of the things I suggested to him, that he should check that out first before he goes further with anything.
Well,
Because-
no. Before he goes further with anything, he would have to show the results. Number one, for me, I would have to see the results and then what they mean. That's what I need. It's a well da. Just give the results. What do they mean? It's as easy as that. So we haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Right? So there you go. That's all I need.
No, I take your point on that, and I concur with that. I agree with that.
Yep.
So I can't argue against that. That would be my point too.
Yep.
But I brought up aerospace simply because they're always using elevations and different directions. So if it's actually something that's actually something tangible, before you can make any claims about what it is or why it is or anything else, it would have to be something that does happen in aerospace. It has to be. There's 3 different ring laser gyros in each commercial airliner. So that has to be noticed if it's something we're talking about, at least.
Yeah, but we're well
mentioning.
Yeah,
but
but
no, that's what we're surmising on their behalf, kindly.
Yeah.
But before I go on, another super chat. Run, Boston Bear. Let's all pursue the fruits of the spirit and operate in and through love. We are all children of God, are we not? Praying over everyone. Sticky fingers, praying hands. Thank you very much, Run, Boston Bear.
Go ahead. I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, we're the fruits of the spirit, yes. But somebody's pissing down our backs and telling me it's raining. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Not going to work. I'm not going to hand them lilies after that.
This says it in chat. What is ether? We're still at that point. That's why, some people may say it was a joke title. But that's why I was appointed emissary, to find out what the hell ether was. And I'm no further along, guys, and there should be a straight answer. What you saw tonight is a demonstration of the exponents of ether can't describe what it is. What is going off? Why is this something that's to do with flat Earth? Betty said it at the beginning. It's not a flat Earth then. Ether. The only explanation I've heard is from Whitsitt is because it's a good disprover of the ball heliocentric paradigm. That's why it's worthy of consideration. The only thing I've heard in its merit. And I'm still to find out what its merit is because I don't really know what we're measuring.
Sorry.
Other than the speed of light, and as far as I'm aware, from this point of view, time doesn't exist. Speed, fastness, and prove things. Again, somebody that says it doesn't travel and it's instantaneous.
No, it's already there. But then states that it travels faster, but there is no speed of light. We want to hear that again? I think it's time to hear that again. To keep,
Wait.
To keep it.
Adam, Huey, what I'm saying is, that's what my question is. What's the sense of, if the merit is to debunk the paradigm-centric concept, why use unicorn hunters to debunk the existence of unicorns? And so, if you will.
Here we go.
I agree.
Here we go.
You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
I'm just saying whatever light is clearly gets to the receiver faster in one direction and higher and changes throughout the year, and it consistently does that.
Riddle me this, you double-speaking moron. How can light move in one direction faster and not have a speed?
Yeah, there is no speed of light. Whatever light is clearly gets to the receiver faster. Yeah, there is no speed of light faster. There is no speed of light.
You unlock this door with the key of
retardation.
Beyond it is another dimension. You're moving into a land of
bullshittery.
You've just crossed over into
the numpty zone.
You are so dumb. Damn.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I'm just saying whatever light is clearly gets to the receiver faster in one direction and higher and changes throughout the year, and it consistently does that.
No, there's not a journey because there's nothing traveling. What the light is already there.
So out of one side of your face, you say, light clearly gets to the receiver faster in one direction. Then at the other side of your face, you say, the light's not traveling, it's already there. So how can light not travel and be already there, and at the same time be traveling faster in one direction to get to the receiver, its destination? Por favor.
You serious? Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
So we have the respawn remedial retard, double speaking lion sewer rat, shits at 60, guns a-blazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702 from 8 months ago.
Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. 10 days later,
the wave is the medium.
There you go. This is preposterous, ludicrous absurdity. Double speak.
Well, unfortunately, what I charge him with, a while after the point we stopped at, I charge him with attempting to hijack what is known as the photon and the atomic model, molecular model, and redefine the whole thing. I charge him with that, and he disagrees. I actually call him Einstein Part 2 or Einstein the Second, because he's always giving out about Einstein, yet he's trying to do the same type of thing that he's giving out about other people. He's claiming other people have done or are doing. So, but at the end of the debate, very close to almost at the last few minutes, he actually admits that he's trying to re-describe all of what we call the photon and the atomic model and other things. So, which is exactly what I charged him with.
He doesn't know
the exact same thing I charged him with.
He doesn't know the difference between nouns and verbs, and he's talking about photons. Oh God, that'll be yeah. I've reached my limit.
Before anybody carries on, another quick super chat. Phoenix Rising 86, thank you very much. A good show, QE. It's not cheeky fingers, it's victory hand.
Thank you, sir. Victory or ma'am. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So
hey,
go ahead.
Excuse me, real quick, QE, Brian, QE O'Brien. could you sound bite that part that Brian's talking about where near the end? I know we don't want to go that far because it's just ridiculous to even go give it a, but if we could just clip that, one of you guys would clip it, because I don't know what you're talking about, and use that as one of your sound bites to show him conceding that he is trying to redefine or hijack the atomic, the atomic paradigm and the molecular structure by denying the photon, but then using it and all of it. Because you already got the light traveling, but then it doesn't travel verbatim from him. But we can get that other part of it. That'd be real cool.
Say again.
Somebody broke up.
He wants somebody to clip something out that he could clip out himself. There you go. Short story.
Short story. I got another one to finish us off. So, Adam, I think we've sort of come close to the end of this. I think
Remember this,
Belly. Oh, we got to rewind that. I think I got another special one for you guys before we go. Let me go ahead and stop this one. Hold on a second, folks. Let me get the other one.
Getting the feeling I'm being asked to round out.
You're definitely getting some type of feeling like that. Yes, sir. So, yeah, please round out. Take us home, sir.
Okay, I'll say shout out Brian. Respect for doing that. I mean, patience of a saint or a man high on horse tranquilizers, as QE suggested. That was...
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, fair play, bruv. I don't know. I just hope people are wise enough to see what I saw. Yeah, and if from that actually you think, you know what, Brian, he had nothing, did he? And I really know what ether is now, and I want to move forward as a full etherite. Then good luck to you is the best I can say on that. I don't think any more decryment of anyone's necessary. You need to take it. You can't move forwards from a demonstration like that. Not a lot of hope for you, is there? Really, to be fair. So,
well, I would say to anyone that has only heard up to that far to listen past that and listen to the whole lot, because things calm down towards the end, and there is a conversation goes on, but there's no more proof or anything that comes into it. Just if you understand what I mean, it's
no point of it.
Basically,
Brian, if you could have that time back, would you take it back after this point?
No, because I think that.
What did you gain from it? I asked this you earlier. What did you gain? You said nothing.
He exposed him.
I validated something.
He exposed him.
Yeah.
He exposed him. Plain and simple. Great job. It was a really good job, Brian.
No.
Thank you, Huey.
Yep.
Thank you, Adam.
Yep.
I wouldn't take it back simply because I felt it was important to do that. As you know, I always charge now for debates because I don't want to waste my time. But that wasn't a waste of my time. That was like something that needed to happen. Yeah. So,
yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's it. That's it, Adam. I'll close out the rest of the way, if you don't mind, sir.
Good man. All right. Night, everyone.
All right. This is slowly climbing up the charts. Fresh off the presses. Enjoy. Catch you on the flip side. Remember this, belly laugher?
Wow. Yeah, we're not to the theory yet, Witsit. We got to do the hypothesis, but we need an observed phenomenon before we can do that. So observed phenomenon, please.
Magnetism.
Okay. Dependent variable?
Really?
Magnetism.
The manipulation of electrical current.
So just one at a time. Dependent variable. What's the phenomenon?
I just said magnetism. Oakley, catch up.
So we're going to establish with science the cause of magnetism then.
You're getting there. Introduction of electrical current, IV. So the dependent variable is magnetism. The independent variable is the introduction of electrical current.
So if electrical current, then magnetism.
That's right. You can manipulate a magnetic field, right, with electric current.
I understand. That's really interesting. So, supposition is if electrical field, then magnetism.
Yeah, so there's...
Yes, so absolutely and precisely nothing to do with ether then in this hypothesis.
Not only that, there's nothing to do with coherency. The shape-shifting Mr. Magoo lion sewer rat double-speaking ether clown stated the dependent variable, the effect, was magnetism, and his independent variable, the cause, was the introduction of electric current. So his hypothesis is the introduction of electric current causes magnetism. I have a magnet out on my refrigerator. Last I checked, it didn't have a plug in it. Electromagnetism should have been the asshat's dependent variable, not magnetism. Ladies and gentlemen, the Globe Dumpsters crew don't have a fucking clue what the following even mean. Ether, magnetism, electromagnetism, electricity, electrostatics, static electricity, electrifa, and electropa. Collectively, they couldn't reconcile a Tootsie Roll pop. Moreover, the ass clown changed his fuckwit hypothesis midstream, going from electric current causes magnetism to manipulating a magnetic field with electric current.
That's right. You can manipulate a magnetic field, right, with electric current.
Manipulating an effect is not the same as causing the effect. Duh.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.